Shout out to the motherfucking Black House. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? They don't be trying to figure out why men get mad or why black men do the stuff that they do and how we react the way we act. Hold up. They don't care to understand how we feel or why we do the stuff we do. We just get charged for it. They don't give a fuck about all that. Everybody else is the victim and the black man is the villain. They don't understand like a lot of stuff on why we do the stuff we do. Let me shout out my new Black House members. This our masculine energy trumps the feminine energy, and it makes them real vulnerable. If you was a high value man, you would have sex with a low trash woman.
Black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. Make my president. First black president. Dum, 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 dum.
From the courtroom to the grill, Judge O'Brown JJB barbecue sauce. Man, the last time me and my girl was barbecuing and we got us a bottle of that JJB barbecue sauce, I licked my fingers and I dare her to lick her. Judge O'Brown ought to be ashamed of himself for bringing all this smoke to the barbecue. I'm Jay Prince for president and I approve this message. You gonna finish that?
Don't be fucking rude. Are you kidding me?
What's going on, Black House? We back at it again. Today we got a interesting, sad conversation that we finna have today. Actually, I'm about to post the link so y'all can come up. I do want to do some housekeeping. Earlier today, I don't like talking about the previous conversations, but I do for those of you that didn't watch the show. Again, I do not promote violence on women. I don't believe in hitting women with bricks. I thought it was a trolling type of situation because I felt like people were trolling against us. So I thought it was like a back and forth thing of trolling. But some people really took that very personal and took it to their hearts. So yeah, I don't want nobody to be picking up bricks, hitting women with no damn brick, even beating up women for me. So no, we ain't doing that. So let me clean that up. And shout out for the people that been supporting the Black House, supporting the channel, and shout out to the Black women that supports the channel. I know they feel like they're unappreciated. They probably feel like we actually hate them. Me personally, I don't hate Black women. I can't speak for all the men that do. Y'all all know every time I speak about marriages and dating, for me, they had to be Black for me. So a lot of people know that's me. My life represents that. My kids represents that. So I just love the trolling with. Don't mean just because we be trolling on certain stuff, like that don't mean the stuff that I be saying, like Black women, you got to get that work on a lot of stuff. But the trolling with the bricks, stuff like that, like they do with, they call Kitten Hills, Death and stuff. So I thought it was like a back and forth trolling thing. I didn't mean like people to go out there and really want to put bricks on females. So let me clear that up. So we got that out the way. So fellas, don't be going around getting ideas like you want to brick up a woman. That's not cool at all. We ain't doing that. Okay. The Black conscious community really like disappointed me. I used to watch it, but eventually I got swayed away from it. And what does the truth like? I kind of swayed away from the conscious community and stuff like that. That don't mean my beliefs
changed. It was just the way how niggas was moving, especially with this guy called Brother Polite. Brother Polite used to have a lot of people that used to follow him and stuff like that. And I was wondering why this ugly ass nigga could get all these goddamn women. But he was getting a lot of women. And one day he was in a club, and I guess it was some allegations that was made. And let's just play the video of what the judge said about this man. This man, I don't know if he's gonna survive in there, especially the prison he going in New York. They're not playing at that PC is only good for a certain length of time. 7 years is a long time to fight for your life.
All right. Okay, so Mr. Nowak, the terms of the plea agreement are as what the prosecutor just stated, that you are going to be entering a plea of guilty to the 2 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. You will be adjudicated guilty, which is a criminal conviction on your record. Do you also understand, sir, that by entering into this plea that it may subject you to involuntary civil commitment proceedings set forth in Florida statutes 394.910 through 394.931? Do you understand everything that I've said thus far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to also advise you, sir, that you are going to be sentenced to 7 years in state prison, years of reporting probation. In addition to any of these special conditions of probation, you will also participate in and successfully complete a mentally disordered sex offender treatment program, that you are also not eligible. Okay, you may, according to the state, you may be eligible for early termination if all of the conditions.
5 is there's no prohibition on early termination. However, there is a requirement that any modification to this agreement be agreed.
What's up, Truth? Let me bring you up. What's going on, Truth?
Good evening, black man. How you feeling today?
Feeling pretty good. What's going on?
Nothing, can't call it shorty. Just sitting on a different toilet. What's the topic today? Brother Polite?
Brother Polite.
Brother Polite, Brother Polite.
Man.
How have you been following him a long time before this incident?
I used to follow them back. I used to follow them years ago. I remember Taslim used to always come for them and stuff like that. Expose a lot of them, Young Pharaoh and stuff like that, Sinetta and things like that. I really never cared for Sinetta. I used to watch, and in fact, Q Butters was from that camp around them ways. So I used to watch them a long time ago.
Right. So he's a prime example of why I never put my faith in another man, because at the end of the day, we all flawed. We're all going to let each other down. We all got our problems. We got our issues. And the egregiousness of what he has done is, the sad part about it is all the knowledge that he does have is now going to be wiped away because of what he did with, that situation. And it's sad, but that's the way it is. You're always going to be known for what you did wrong more than you did right. And what he did, he's going to have to pay for that. You feel what I'm saying?
And the prison.
Yeah, you already know how that is. we know how that is. He's going to pay. So the teachings that he has put out there, some of the knowledge that he's put out there. One thing I try to tell people is the messenger is not important, the message is. So the things that he has, went on Breakfast Club and shared, certain things he shared on his podcast and everything like that, I still suggest people take that with a grain of salt, because that's still significant information that you can still apply to your life. He's not important, but the knowledge that he had, that's supposed to transcend time. That's supposed to be synonymous across the board.
Yeah, because he's not the face of history. He was just he was just that came across the knowledge and spoke it.
Correct.
So yeah, I do want to acknowledge that part. Like, he's not the face of history. Just because he, it's a lot of people have spoke something, but to be fair, we do that to Christians. When we find out the Pope is touching little boys or something like that, so we start like, man, fuck the whole religion.
But see but I'm glad you brought that up, because that's really where people go wrong at. See, what happens is we tend to look towards another person for validation, for adoration, self-gratification, instant gratification. We look for other people to see what we're supposed to do instead of doing the right thing because it's the right thing. So for like when people say, man, that's why I'm not a Christian now, because of what you do. Well, you're not supposed to be a Christian because of me. You're supposed to be a Christian or a person that worships God because you want to get to know God for yourself. You want to become a better person. I don't have a hell having to put you in. I don't have a jail cell to put you in. That's for you to live according to your life and do the right thing. So you're not supposed to be, following God because of me. You're supposed to be following God, getting to know him because of yourself. And vice versa with Brother Polite. The information that he has put out there, you're not supposed to try to glean that information because of him. That information is still pertinent for your life. When he was talking about, radio waves and all that type of stuff, that stuff is still truth. You feel me?
Right. I understand all that. Yeah, let me get into this video. Let me rewind it a little bit. So people, for those who just not coming in, man, this nigga got the.
All right. Okay, so Mr. Nowak, the terms of the plea agreement are as what the prosecutor just stated, that you are going to be entering a plea of guilty to the 2 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of deliberate contributing to the delinquency of a minor. You will be adjudicated guilty, which is a criminal conviction on your record.
So he's not getting charged with sexual assault, meaning that he don't have to even register for a sex case. Be on a sexual, he don't have to register as a sexual offender. But here's the kicker though. He is I think they came up with that because he is a well-known YouTuber. He had been on heavy channels. He been on Breakfast Club and all this other type of stuff. So people know him. And they never gonna forget what he did. So even though he's not on the registry, but it's a lot of people that know this man.
Hold up, they saying he's not going to be on the registry?
Yeah, he will have to take sexual classes, but the charges that they give him, he don't have to be on the registry because he's not getting charged with sexual assault. He's getting charged with child abuse, some type of child abuse. Let me remind you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it kind of helped him, but it don't.
Hold up, so he ain't. Hold up, bro. So hold up, I didn't know that. So he's not getting charged with SA. He's getting charged with
abuse of a child. That's what he took a plea to.
Oh, yo, got off. Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, so he kind of lucked up on that.
Oh yeah, he lucked up big time. I never heard of that. But see, hold up now. See now, look, for all of us that say that system ain't working for us, that system working for that man because you already know he's supposed to be hit with that book, shorty. You don't get away with that. Not in the hood.
Yeah, but even, the problem is everybody knows what's his charges. Everybody know what he did. You don't have to be in PC for that 7.
Oh yeah, he definitely ain't going to jump up.
They gonna delete him if he do. He out of there, and then you don't have you be surprised how the CEOs will let motherfuckers get to you though and turn their head.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
In New York prisons too, so it's gonna be easier to get to him. Then you know he gonna meet family and friends. It's gonna be people in there that know him. They're gonna pass the word around. Then people already know him. See, this YouTube stuff is a gift and a curse. Yeah, it's okay for to be well known and all that other type of stuff. You got your influence checks coming in and stuff like that. But the curse is now everybody know you that you don't know. You have millions of people that know who you is. They know who you is, and a lot of them niggas is in jail. That seen this case. So they can't know that he can't run from it. All right, let me mute up once. Let me play the video again.
Okay, so Mr. Nowak, the terms of the plea agreement are as what the prosecutor just going to be entering a plea of guilty to the 2 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. You will be adjudicated guilty, which is a criminal conviction on your record. Do you also understand, sir, that by entering into this plea that it may subject you to involuntary civil commitment proceedings set forth in Florida statutes 394.910 through 394.931? Do you understand everything that I've said thus far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to also advise you, sir, that you are going to be sentenced to 7 years in state prison, years of reporting probation. In addition to any of these special conditions of probation, you will also participate in and successfully complete a mentally disordered sex offender treatment program, that you are also not eligible. Okay, you may, according to the state, you may be eligible for early termination if all of the conditions.
5 is there's no prohibition on early termination. However, there is a requirement that any modification to this agreement be agreed by the state and the court.
Okay. All right, sir. Now, with respect to this plea agreement, I have on each page next to defendant's initials MN. Did you in fact affix those initials to each page?
I did.
And have you reviewed each and every component of this plea agreement going through page 1 and through page 4?
I have.
Now it says on page 4, having read the above mentioned terms of this plea agreement and having been advised by my counsel, David Terrace, I, Michael Noak, freely and voluntarily enter into this plea agreement and agree to abide by all terms and conditions of this plea agreement, and agree that failure to comply with any terms or conditions within this agreement constitutes a violation of probation and subjects me to be sentenced to the statutory maximum law for the crimes for which I am now pleading guilty. And then it has a signature over the name Michael Noak. Is that in fact your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I am now.
What is your thoughts? I really, man, see, he got charged with aggravated child abuse and all this other good stuff. How long was he in prison before this trial date?
No, he was out.
Man, just imagine if he would have stuck his time in. I don't know, Ali. Was he arrested again? Oh, he was out fighting his case, right?
Yeah, he was out. He was out.
So he finna have to do that time. Like I think he might do 5 out that time.
They're talking about he can get for good, get out on good behavior and all that. Like, this is crazy. Yo, locked up.
Yeah, he definitely locked up.
This is weird, though. This is weird. This don't even sit right with me.
Hey, what's up with your JP? What's up with the truth? Well, I always watch y'all. I ain't never locked up. But what's up with y'all, man?
What up, Trey? How you feeling, Sean?
I'm all
Welcome
right.
to the
right. Shit. I really was just calling. I had a situation. I hit you in the back chat, JP. I ain't want to interrupt y'all show, but I just wanted to see something. I was trying to hit you, but I ain't really like no social media dude. So when I be reaching out, like people be blocking, I guess, the way I'll be saying stuff, or even like Instagram and stuff. I ain't got no Instagram, so people be thinking I'm like a black, like a ghost page or something. But I just wanted to, I was just trying to. I think you can see it back there in the chat.
Yeah. You want to talk about it? Go ahead.
Oh, well, I had I ain't want to interrupt y'all show. It sounded like y'all was talking about something. My
No,
stuff all
you
the way on
good,
top.
You good? Go ahead.
Now I had a viral video that went viral this week. I don't know, y'all not. I'm from Dallas, but it did like 4 million views in like 5 days. Which I basically had a apartment, like they did a mix up. Like I stayed in a high rise in downtown Dallas. I'm paying like $3,000 a month for a 2-bedroom for me and my daughter, but they mixed up the wrong unit. They were supposed to be evicting the people next door, and came into my unit and basically threw away my whole apartment. In which at first they were kind of trying to work
What's
with
the name?
me,
What's the name on YouTube? When we pull
if
up,
you just type in.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I can look it up on my other phone. I can tell you exactly. But y'all probably don't got Fox 4. I don't know what y'all call. I mean, we got Fox 4, but let me see what you could call it. If you type in on YouTube, if you type in Dallas apartment evicts tenant throws belongings in dumpster, but it was the wrong unit. Then
Dallas apartment. Okay,
Dallas
Vix.
apartment tenant.
You said they came in, they rushed in your joint and threw your stuff out, yeah?
Yeah, they made a mix up. Like I said, I stay on the 23rd floor. They were supposed to be coming in the unit next door, but some type of mix up between maintenance and the leasing office on their work order. They came in my unit and cleaned out all my stuff, put it in a dumpster. And long story short, they tried to bring it back, which of course, like I say, I already know I had a lawsuit, but they basically it's just turned into a whole big old situation. And I just just trying to keep coverage on it, which it already did like 4 million views in 5 days. But just even with my attorney, like that's the leverage I got right now, just as far as like bad publicity and just keeping the story going. So just all the shows that I frequent, I just been trying to reach out, what I'm saying, just see if they'll cover it, what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, let me see.
Already, bro.
Yeah, we heard that. But did you know we also heard that?
I ain't even heard what you
A
said.
Deep Ellum man says everything he and his daughter owned was thrown in a dumpster after the management of his apartment building accidentally ordered maintenance to clean out his rental.
It turns out apartment management had the wrong unit number, and now that man says that he is out tens of thousands of dollars.
Building management argues he never should have been living there to begin with. Consumer reporter Steve Noviello is on your side tonight.
Used to have a couch here, a TV stand with the TV.
After Johnny Abney spent years building a life.
Oh shit! So this is you?
Yeah,
that's what he was saying. He said it was him, JP.
Yeah, I was like, damn. Okay, let me see.
My daughter's snack drawer.
For himself and his 9-year-old daughter.
There was a closet full of clothes.
This is all that's left of their stuff.
Everything gone.
Everything they own.
Clothing items, all my groceries. They cleared out my whole refrigerator full of groceries.
Is gone.
Well, we had a shower curtain here.
Not stolen, thrown in the dumpster by order of the management at the Hamilton, the high-end mid-rise apartment building where Johnny and his daughter lived in the Deep Ellum neighborhood of Dallas.
They came to my door and cleaned everything out, from my daughter's clothes to my clothes to everything, from a toothbrush, bathing items. Like, they pretty much left me with nothing.
It's all in this police report Johnny filed when he returned home from work in late July to find his apartment door unlocked and the contents cleared out. According to the report's narrative, a leasing agent on site said there was a misunderstanding and maintenance accidentally cleared out Abney's unit instead of the unit next door where a tenant was being evicted. All of Johnny's belongings had been thrown in the dumpster hours earlier and had been picked over by the other residents. This is video Johnny took of his discarded stuff. He says his mattress had been urinated on.
Not only did they put my stuff out, they watched people take all my property all day.
Property management offered to get what they could from the trash and return it to Johnny's unit. Johnny said they even had that stained mattress professionally cleaned, but most of his and his daughter's stuff was gone for good.
This door is completely gone, and this one, they just completely just broke it.
Much of what did make it back from the dumpster, he showed us, was damaged.
They told me that it was a mistake. They apologized the first night. They were overly apologetic, like, let us know anything missing.
But that quickly took a turn.
Even though it was your stuff, it's her apartment. It's under her name. The contract is in her name and her name solely.
This is video Johnny recorded of a conversation he had with one of the leasing agents who was quick to point out the apartment in which he and his daughter lived was leased by his ex-girlfriend, who had since moved out of state. Johnny was subletting without permission, and even though these receipts provided to us by an attorney for the Hamilton show that Johnny paid the near $3,000 in rent each month, any direct discussion about making him whole was off the table.
We are binded, like, by law. We cannot discuss anything with anybody that is not her.
According to this lawsuit Johnny has now filed against the property management company, they gave him 24 hours to fill out his own rental application or face eviction.
I've already lost property. Now you're trying to kick me off the property at short notice with no resolve.
Here's the eviction notice. It was posted on his door the next day.
Rent was paid in full. There was no reason to go into his apartment. There's no reason to throw anything away.
Jason Friedman is Johnny's attorney. He says the issue of who was on the lease is irrelevant.
The apartment building, they didn't know when they threw all that stuff away whose stuff it was, whether it was the person on the lease or his.
And adds Johnny chose not to fill out the application or pay the fee required for one very simple reason.
He chose not to because he said, I want to resolve the situation with my property that you threw away before I decide if I'm going to stay in this building.
An attorney for the Hamilton, who would not speak to us on camera but did communicate by phone and email, said on behalf of the building, even if Johnny did fill out the rental application, he would have been denied because he already violated the lease terms as an unauthorized occupant.
With me losing all my property, like, that's the last thing on my mind.
According to the lawsuit, the Hamilton also alleged there was counterfeit money pulled from Johnny's things. Another reason they say he would not be welcome to stay. We asked them to provide a police report, photos or video, any evidence at all. They provided none.
They left me without underwear, toothpaste, everything.
Back at Johnny's, among the discarded pile of trashed school supplies with which his daughter was supposed to start the 5th grade, we found our own. This play money, clearly marked as copy, right next to what's left of his daughter's bed.
We sent a list of questions to the Hamilton via their attorney. They all went unanswered. They would not sit down with us for an on-camera interview. They did say that they asked Johnny for a list of what was missing from his refrigerator so that they could establish a value for reimbursement. Johnny says that actually never happened. He and his daughter moved out just a few days after we met him. They are now staying with family temporarily.
Oh,
Do you know what's hiding in your business?
Hey, bro, I'm so sorry you're going through that, man. And then they try some bullshit.
They tried to slander my name.
Yeah, yo, what the
Yeah, they try to tell your name by saying that you was having counterfeit money. They
counterfeit money and shit.
Reason for them not to look as bad as what they was doing.
Yeah, they all they had to do was settle it at first, but I think they thought, like, me, I own 2 businesses, so shit, like, I pretty much got my own schedule. I got a trucking company and a commercial maintenance company. So some days I'll let my beard grow out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really, like, today I just happened to get a haircut last night. But sometimes I had like a fro a little bit, and I just kind of let my beard go a little bit just because I don't really have to report to nobody. So, and my barber, he cut like 1 o'clock in the morning type stuff. So if I don't feel like going to get a haircut, it's, you know, if it ain't convenient for me, I'll go like a month without getting a fade sometimes just because, like I say, I don't have to report to nobody. But I think they thought I was just going to kind of like, they knew they had a big lawsuit on their hand, but they either thought like that I wasn't smart enough to get an attorney, I couldn't afford an attorney, or, you know, that I just was, you know, I guess black and dumb. I guess that's what it seemed like.
Yeah, they tried some bullshit. They knew they messed up bad. They was going to reverse you, you know, for all your stuff, and also pain and suffering, yo. You know what I'm saying? For what you put on child through.
And the fact that how long was you living there after the lady moved out?
I was there like 6-8 months.
The fact that they took your money, because I'm quite sure you had to pay like a money order with your name on it, right?
Yeah.
The fact that they was taking your money with your name on it defeats the whole purpose of.
They already knew I was there. Like we did, like I said, it's a luxury apartment. They used to throw
Oh
pool
yeah,
parties, all that stuff. They knew I was
of
there. They
course they
just
know.
wanted to clean up. Like once they messed up, they just like to say they looked deeper into it, which technically, like if you want to say I was in violation, but those are two separate claims. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wanted me to, I would have happily moved, because after I came home to a completely empty apartment. Imagine coming to your crib like everything
Right.
gone. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't planning on staying there no way. Like just make me whole. You know what I'm saying? And I was gonna get another spot anyway, but I guess they talked to their attorneys and it turned into like maybe we can get out of this lawsuit if we if we play the game, I guess, or just try to play hardball.
Oh yeah, man. I think you finna get paid.
No, for sure. I got a lawsuit going against them, but that's why I've been just trying to keep the story going. Like that's why I went super viral. Like that happened at the end of last month. It took a little while for it to actually hit the news, but it hit the news last Thursday, and the first day it did like 900,000 views, just because like a lot of people didn't even really like they don't believe the story, you know what I'm saying? Like even when I told like people around, like, you sure your stuff was straight? You sure? Like it was a mix up on their end. Like they were supposed to be going in the next door, but like whatever they did, like if the management was not paying attention or some type of funny money, or not funny money order, some type of mix up between the work order, which they were supposed to be going into the right apartment. They mixed up on their end, so. Like I said, it's just one of the craziest things I've been in my life.
What they try to do, since they messed up, it sounded like they was gonna pay you, but they thought they had a loophole by saying, okay, well, he ain't supposed to be here. She ain't the department that we was leasing this to, but whole time they've been taking your money every month. I could see if that woman, if she had just moved before your rent was due, and then you was still in the house, that's a different scenario. But you've been taking
it's still an eviction process. Like you can't just, you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. That's what they got courts for. Just because you saying I'm guilty don't mean I'm guilty.
They got to give you. They got to give you 30-day notice, and then they got to go to court, and then it's another 30 days for you to get out.
Yeah, which down here it's a little bit quicker in Texas, but like say it's still a process that they got to go through. And what they really wanted to do, they wanted to get me off the property. If they would have got me off the property quick enough, without me really having, like I say, I made a police report that night, you know what I'm saying, without me having the proper paperwork, me just making certain little steps I did as far as that. And if they would have been able to get me off of the property, they would have played like it never happened.
They was going to try to give you what is called trespassing charge.
Yeah, so they were really trying to get me.
Like if they would have got him off property before he make these claims.
Yeah, try to give you a trespass.
Like a nigga that he wasn't. They don't got no records of him of being on the lease, none of that. So it would have been none of void. Like all that stuff would have just went right out the window. Yeah, and they some dirty motherfuckers, dog.
Yeah, that's
like say me not being in corporate, bro. Like I ain't used to like people being snake like that. Like I'm used to like I ain't gonna I know the world crazy, but like I say they the first day they was like. Overly apologetic, as I said in the video, but then the next day, like, it just was like, I started really just getting high up talking to people like, man, like, the corporate snakes, man, it's a whole different ball game. Like, I got a lot of evidence that didn't even hit the news stuff, but it's just one of the craziest things that ever happened, and that happened right before school started. Like, all my daughter's school closed. Like, JP, I know you be always rapping about, not rapping, but like, talking about your daughters and stuff. Like, same situation. Like, I got split custody with my daughters, 50-50. Well, I got one daughter. I mean daughters, but I got one daughter split 50-50. Huh?
I said, shout out to the black man, another black man with his kids and stuff like that. And this type of shit, you don't need to be coming in, So right now you say you got shared placement. So y'all
single but not single. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not single as far as her mama ain't around, but single as far as like, I'm a single parent as far as like I do everything on my own. But me and her mama got a decent relationship. But
appreciate what you're doing with your daughter and everything, bro.
And I would so appreciate you, man, for being in your kid, your daughter's life.
That's why I be watching both of y'all. Truth, I watched you way back when you was on King show. I've been tapped in. I just like I say I ain't really just like no internet dude. And JP, I've been watching your show all the way from the beginning too. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in the chat, but you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really, I ain't really like no chat person where I'll just say something unless it's just something that resonate with me. You know what I'm saying? I mostly just watch, but I always tap in.
Man, thank you, man.
I appreciate you, Britt.
I really appreciate you for that, man. I really appreciate you that you decided to come on and share that story with us. We definitely gonna help you out. We're gonna push these videos. We're gonna make sure we try to get the word out. I'm glad like you got all your ducks in order, like to the point where they can't do nothing else but to try to pay you. In fact, it's gonna hurt their brand.
That's what it's doing already. That's why I'm trying to keep the stuff out. Like the first day, it went, like I say, it went way more viral than I thought it was. And it's already like if you type in the name of the apartment, like people already been going off. If you read them comments in the YouTube page, like every once in a while, somebody will say something crazy about me just having an apartment in a girl name, which they don't even know the whole story. Like I was really, the one
you already know it's always stupid niggas, man. So
yeah, I was the one kind of doing the looking out, but shit, when certain narratives get painted, we gonna be the ones that like I was getting over some, it's crazy. But like I say, that's really what I'm doing. What's the name of the apartment building? The Hamilton's at the Epic. It's in Dallas, Texas. At the Epic. Yeah. And then another thing I was trying to do, even like I say, me, like I got my own business and stuff. So like even with like a GoFundMe, anything like that, I wasn't even worried about doing that. But my mom ended up doing one anyway. But like people had already, like when the story went viral, like people nowadays, like they always trying to run scams and stuff. Like people had already like started making GoFundMe under my name and stuff like that. And that's another reason I just wanted to keep on kind of pushing, because like people been capitalizing off of my name, stuff on my daughter, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So just been trying to just get the right information out. You know what I'm saying? Because people will take like the pictures from the interview, which we made one, but I'll show you my actual picture with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't nothing, because I don't got no social media. Like you ain't gonna find no pictures of me on the internet, because I don't got social media. So like, yeah, I'll show you actual pictures, but like people just like copy and paste pictures off the internet and try to make GoFundMe and stuff, which my lawyer, he had already like reported the stuff and all that stuff, but just in the time being, like, people been making money off of the stuff. But like I say, they set a goal for me to get, but I wasn't really tripping. I'm just more really worried about court case. If anybody do see something, that's good. But like I say, I'm an entrepreneur.
What's
so
your
like,
cash out?
Trey, $ Trey TREY 0223. Like say you did enough. I ain't even really like looking for the bread. Like you even let me just come on your stage, bro. Like that's real enough for me. Just what I'm saying, pushing the story or reposting it for me where where you can keep on going. I know a couple little people. That's all I've really been just trying to do. Just keep the story going so I can keep on like basically like giving them bad press for what they did, because they really kind of screwed me up. When I ain't kinda, bro, they really put me in a bad position.
You talking about school time, G? It's school time. Your baby need to be secure, need to feel safe. Yeah, this is fucked up, man.
What I want you to do, I'm going to put you on a solo screen and basically tell your story and what you want to get done. You got your Cash App listed down there. For those of you that won't mind supporting his brother, that is a messed up position. He a father, active father. It was a mistake on the you say Hamilton Epic.
The Hamilton's at the Epic. Like it's like they got like a whole little center with like restaurants and stuff, but they call the like the little like
Epic or Epic. EPIC.
Yeah, EPIC. Yeah, EPIC.
All right, just basically share your story with everybody and let them know. Y'all make sure y'all
beginning. You want me right from the beginning?
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, this whole situation started on July 25th. Like, my court documents, stuff like that say it was just a regular day. Like that day, I didn't have my daughter, so like 8 o'clock, I'll get ready to go to work. stuff like that. Went to work, came back 9 o'clock p.m. to a completely empty apartment, like everything gone, like nothing in my apartment. Like I don't know if y'all are aware, like in Dallas they had a mix up like that where at first I thought I got off on the wrong floor because I stay on the 23rd floor. So I'm like, this got to be the 22nd floor. Ain't no way, like, even if somebody robbed my apartment, like, ain't no way that people took beds down and couches and, you know, all my daughter, like, this got to be a similar apartment, but this can't be my apartment. So I'm thinking like a similar case that happened, like where a police officer had killed the black dude where she came into the wrong apartment. So that was my first thinking, like, either I got robbed or like I'm on the wrong floor. So I double checked, you know,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I double checked the door number and everything, but sure enough, it was my apartment. So the next thing I do, like with me staying so far up, you can only get all that furniture down one way. We got a freight elevator, so I go down the freight elevator, and there I see all my stuff in the dumpster. What was left of my stuff in the dumpster. So my next thing to do is go, like, we got a 24-hour concierge. I go straight to them, like, what is going on? So they contact the concierge. I call the police, make a police report, which the concierge, I mean, the leasing agent, they got an on-site leasing agent. She come down and like I say, they overly apologetic, especially like once they made it to the office and they look over their paperwork, they look up my door number. It was like, oh man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we were supposed to be going next door. So, you know, they played nice. You know, the first day they called their maintenance to bring back what was left of my stuff, which people had already been picking through my stuff because like where the dumpster is, it's a like down in downtown Dallas, like everybody got like the urge to have pets now. Like everybody got dogs and stuff, so it's like a pet park down there. So when you take your dog to the pet park, you gonna pass like it's a movie. It's three things right there. It's a pet park, it's the dumpster, and it's the only way you can move in like heavy items. It's like a drive-in for like box trucks or however you moving in your. It's an easy way to the freight elevator. So, like say everybody that went down that way, whatever they were doing, basically like had first dibs at all my items. You know what I'm saying? Like I had nice clothes. You know what I'm saying? Which I got some clothes back, but nice clothes like my daughter's clothes, just TVs, like a lot of stuff I didn't get back. So when the police finally get there, I make a police report. They asked me, you know, what was going on, estimated values, all that stuff. And like I say, the people, they were overly apologetic until the next day. They were like, the next morning, like, let's come up, come down and, you know, just give us a list of what's going on. So, of course, they contacted their legal company, and that's when I guess they found out. They tried to find their exit of how they gonna get out of this situation. Like, oh man, he's not on the lease, which is two different situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to, the lease situation, you know, technically it is what it is, but you illegally came in my apartment. You illegally removed my stuff, which, like you said, is legal. That breaking the lease don't give you the right to break the law. Coming in somebody's apartment, which it was a mistake, but coming in somebody's apartment is against the law and removing items. So even if you say it was because which that's what they tried to paint it, because I broke the lease, like that they don't have nothing to do with it. So that's the role they tried to paint it at first. They gave me the option to fill out a lease the first day, but once you are like me, I've always stayed in nice apartment. Like I say, I'm 30, but since a young age, like I didn't always been financially decent. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have I've always been above average, but you know, I didn't been times where I'm really up, and I didn't been times where I'm just average. But I didn't always live nice. So, but I've never been in no situation like this. So, like when this situation happened, like I said, they wanted me to try. They were like, I got 24 hours to sign the lease, which was a red flag to me off top. Like, you just basically destroyed all my furniture, like daughter's baby pictures, a lot of other stuff that I own. Like with my lawyer, he know that I'm basically pushing all this stuff on YouTube, but I don't want to go too deep into everything that was, you know, in the apartment right now. But just a lot of irreplaceable stuff and replaceable stuff, like just everything that I had built over, you know, me being an adult, shit, just building my life with me and my daughter, shit gone. So like for you to worry about the lease was the first thing. Like it was just like a red flag to me. I'm like, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I took the lease, but of course, like I didn't want to get in my information because like it just, you know, if y'all making mix-ups like that, ain't no telling what else you can mix up with my information, me giving you my social, anything. Like, you know, that was one of my biggest fears. Like I get in my information, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no telling what happened at this point, because I know I got a lawsuit, so I know how people be kind of like spiteful or, you know, vindictive, stuff like that. So I was just like, let's figure out this situation first, then we can handle the next situation when we get there. So, you know, the first day, like, you know, they was acting nice. Then the second day, which was the 27th, I guess that was after their 24-hour deadline. So me, just the 2 days since that happened, like, I couldn't even bring my daughter back to the crib just because, like, we didn't always been financially, you know, stable. Like, her coming back to see a house in shambles like that, you know what I'm saying? That's embarrassing to me as a father, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I basically didn't want to see my daughter like that, you know, see me like that or see the apartment like that. I didn't want her to be traumatized as far as, like, just seeing it. So I didn't let her come back that day. So that Thursday, like I say, I'm just up all night and just like what's left of my apartment, which some people have covered this story, and they was asking me like, why did I take items back? Because when I got there, the apartment was empty, but I already knew I had a lawsuit, so they had to bring my stuff back, which whether you're gonna pay for it or it's gonna be evidence. So they brought back what was left of my apartment. So I'm basically just like really in disbelief, just figuring out what's my next move. So the next day they came back. They was like I say, my mattress had been peed on by a dog. You know what I'm saying? Which in some of that news coverage you can kind of see that the dog kind of going by there, just like says a pet park and stuff like that. So they offered to that day. They was like, "Are you gonna be here Friday?" Because that happened on a Wednesday. And like I said, my daughter's birthday was like 2 weeks after that. School started 2 weeks after that. But they asked me, like, first they was knocking on my door, but it's like two locks. Like, you got the lock where, because nowadays everything is electronic, where you just do the key fob, which that's how they came in my apartment the first time. But me being in there and something like that happened, I made sure I got the deadbolt lock and everything, which I had been up all night. But during that day, I was kind of just passed out in the house, just because, like, you just, like, when, you know, certain traumatizing stuff happen, you just kind of, I don't know, like, your body just give out, you know what I'm saying? So I had just been KO for the, you know, the past couple hours, but then they end up calling my phone. And it was like, man, maintenance is up there. They want to talk to you. You know, well, one of the other maintenance chicks, she was like, maintenance want to talk to you. So they woke me up. So I'm thinking they trying to, you know, fix the situation. But they asked me that when I did open the door, they was like, man, are you going to be here tomorrow? We want to have somebody professionally come clean your mattress, you know, just for the damage they did, which I knew I wasn't going to, I don't want the mattress after it been at the dumpster, for one. And for two, like a dog pissed on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got all brand new shit, fam. Like, I didn't drove cars off the showroom floor, like at 25, you know what I'm saying? Like a brand new vet. Like, so you giving me some stuff that's messed up, like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't going to, what they basically, like, in certain situations, me looking back over it, they was trying to bait me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know they messed up. They wanted me to act like the angry black person. They wanted me to act a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they were like, are you going to be here tomorrow? You know, we want to get your stuff professionally clean. I went along with the get along. Like, yeah, I'll be here. Then the next thing they did, like, since I didn't sign up, at least they gave me a 3-day notice to get off the property. Even though my rent paid this midway through the month, like, they give me a 3-day notice. So, like I say, at that point, that's when I started kind of like I really started looking for a lawyer. I was already kind of like, you know, on the fence, just like checking around, just seeing what rights I had. Because, like I said, I knew the apartment was in the chick name, but at the same time, I know it's a such thing called eviction process. So, like I say, that's when I really just started lawyering. That's when pretty much game time start. But I ended up staying a couple days after that, and then just basically moving out and just filing a case. But before that even happened, like, I had one more thing up my sleeve as far as like when they gave me that 3-day notice. That's when I contacted the news, in which, like you say, me just being a black person going against a corporation, this company that owns this apartment building, which, like I say, this is the luxury apartment. Like, they own like 2 apartments in the downtown Dallas area and a lot of like bars and stuff. Like, so they pretty much own everything in a section of this part of downtown, from like apartments, restaurants, bars, and all this stuff. They tied in one way or another. So I knew, me just being a black, being a black dude, like, I wasn't gonna be able to fight that by myself. So like I say, I contacted the news, and luckily, like, they came out, which they tried to block the news from even coming. Like, 'cause even when the news tried to advocate on my behalf, they basically was trying to just be like hush. Like, even when I went down there to talk to them after they gave me the 3-day notice, they started like at first they would talk to me, like, because even on that video, it was like, we know this is your property, but it's in her name. But the next day when I talked to them, it was like, no, we can't discuss nothing with you. You know what I'm saying? Which I already knew they was like preparing legally, which I ain't trying to talk y'all ear off. My fault. I'm kind of rambling, going on and on. But just to shorten the story up, like, it's basically like, after that, like, I contacted the news, and then they tried to keep the news off my property. But like I said, me still being a resident, because they brought my stuff back up, I still, they made a mistake. That's when I was able to let the news people come up and basically do an interview, which to further my evidence, because like I say, me going against a corporation, just me, like, I wasn't gonna have too much pull, so I just started trying to build my case from that point.
All right, and I'm gonna replay the video for those of you just coming in. He was wrongfully evicted from Dallas Hamilton Epic Apartments. It's a luxurious apartment building, and they dumped all this stuff out. Well, here go the news. Let the news tell y'all. That shit crazy. Let me see.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube. Watch the Out of Market Sunday afternoon NFL game live. Now on YouTube.
A couch here, a TV stand with the TV.
A Deep Ellum man says everything he and his daughter owned was thrown in a dumpster after the management of his apartment building accidentally ordered maintenance to clean out his rental.
It turns out apartment management had the wrong unit number, and now that man says that he is out tens of thousands of dollars.
The management argues he never should have been living there to begin with. Consumer reporter Steve Noviello is on your side tonight.
Used to have a couch here, a TV stand with the TV.
After Johnny Abney spent years building a life.
This was my daughter's snack drawer.
For himself and his 9-year-old daughter.
It was a closet full of clothes.
This is all that's left of their stuff.
Everything gone.
Everything they own.
Clothing items, all my groceries. They cleared out my whole refrigerator full of groceries.
Is gone.
Well, we had a shower curtain here.
Not stolen, thrown in the dumpster by order of the management at the Hamilton, the high-end mid-rise apartment building where Johnny and his daughter lived in the Deep Ellum neighborhood of Dallas.
They came to my door and cleaned everything out, from my daughter's clothes to my clothes to everything, from a toothbrush, bathing items. Like, they pretty much left nothing.
It's all in this police report Johnny filed when he returned home from work in late July to find his apartment door unlocked and the contents cleared out. According to the report's narrative, a leasing agent on site said there was a misunderstanding and maintenance accidentally cleared out Abney's unit instead of the unit next door where a tenant was being evicted. All of Johnny's belongings had been thrown in the dumpster hours earlier and had been picked over by the other residents. This is video Johnny took of his discarded stuff. He says his mattress had been urinated on.
Not only did they put my stuff out, they watched people take all my property all day.
Property management offered to get what they could from the trash and return it to Johnny's unit. Johnny said they even had that stained mattress professionally cleaned, but most of his and his daughter's stuff was gone for good.
This door is completely gone, and this one, they just completely just broke it.
Much of what did make it back from the dumpster, he showed us, was damaged.
They told me that it was a mistake. They apologized the first night. They were overly apologetic, like, let us know anything missing.
But that quickly took a turn.
Even though it was your stuff, it's her apartment. It's under her name. The contract is in her name and her name solely.
This is video Johnny recorded of a conversation he had with one of the leasing agents who was quick to point out the apartment in which he and his daughter lived was leased by his ex-girlfriend, who had since moved out of state. Johnny was subletting without permission, and even though these receipts provided to us by an attorney for the Hamilton show that Johnny paid the near $3,000 in rent each month, any direct discussion about making him whole was off the table.
We are binded by law. We cannot discuss anything with anybody that is not her.
According to this lawsuit Johnny has now filed against the property management company, they gave him 24 hours to fill out his own rental application or face eviction.
I've already lost property. Now you're trying to kick me off the property at short notice with no resolve.
Here's the eviction notice. It was posted on his door the next day.
Rent was paid in full. There's no reason to go into his apartment. There's no reason to throw anything away.
Jason Friedman is Johnny's attorney. He says the issue of who was on the lease is irrelevant.
The apartment building, they didn't know when they threw all that stuff away, whose stuff it was, whether it was the person on the lease or his.
And adds Johnny chose not to fill out the application or pay the fee required for one very simple reason.
He chose not to because he said, I want to resolve the situation with my property that you threw away before I decide if I'm going to stay in this building.
An attorney for the Hamilton, who would not speak to us on camera but did communicate by phone and email, said on behalf of the building, even if Johnny did fill out the rental application, he would have been denied because he already violated the lease terms as an unauthorized occupant.
With me losing all my property, like, that's the last thing on my mind.
According to the lawsuit, the Hamilton also alleged there was counterfeit money pulled from Johnny's things. Another reason they say he would not be welcome to stay. We asked them to provide a police report, photos or video, any evidence at all. They provided none.
They left me without underwear, toothpaste, everything.
Back at Johnny's, among the discarded pile of trashed school supplies with which his daughter was supposed to start the 5th grade, we found our own. This play money, clearly marked as copy, right next to what's left of his daughter's bed.
We sent a list of questions to the Hamilton via their attorney. They all went unanswered. They would not sit down with us for an on-camera interview. They did say that they asked Johnny for a list of what was missing from his refrigerator so that they could establish a value for reimbursement. Johnny says that actually never happened. He and his daughter moved out just a few days after we met him. They are now staying with family temporarily.
Lady, I'm glad you recorded them and stuff like that, dog. That should be pissing me off. Then they always say, by law, we can't do this, we can't do that. I'm so glad that you blasted their ass.
No, for sure. I'm far from
straight blasted their ass.
No, for sure. They say they were trying to bake a cake for me. I was baking a cake for them.
Man, these phones come in handy. That's what's up, man. Well, I know for a fact God gonna be in your favor, man. I know for a fact they're gonna you gonna get paid for this. They might try to give you some hush money. Now it's gonna force them to either give you some settlement money. I don't think they're gonna really want to fight something like this in a big case and something like this. So they might have to settle you out. It's good that you kept all your receipts of the rent you was getting paid, that you was paying. I don't know if you had the receipts of all your stuff that you had.
Some stuff did, some stuff not. Like say, they pretty much like I had a receipt place where I kept stuff, like certain stuff never made it back to my apartment. Some stuff you can kind of show for, but at this point, how nasty they ain't even make the case. Like it ain't even a point of like property no more. It didn't went way past property. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the case way bigger than anything. Like, you know, even though like I said, I had nice property and stuff like that, but the case just didn't turn way so even bigger. Like I can prove what I had, but like you say, this case didn't really. It's a lot bigger, basically what I'm trying to say. Like,
and then the fact that they try to make it seem like you had counterfeit money, they was trying to throw everything else off to make it seem like you was a criminal, and they couldn't provide you trying to use fake money or nothing.
They tried to use my police report scaring the news off. Like I say, even like I ain't gonna say it was just like racist, but like in the back it do seem racist. Like when I sit back and look at it, I know they definitely look, you know, because I'm black. And then just at first, I knew they were just trying to cover their hand, but like just listen back to it. Sometimes it blow my mind. You know what I'm saying? This last month just been crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just since this happened, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the levels they went to try to not make me whole. You know what I'm saying? Because even apartments like that, if you mess up their stuff, like they gonna bill you for sure. So like this was pretty clear cut. Like you threw away my property, just make me whole. Like you don't want me on the property. Like I told her from that day, like I'll get another place. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not tripping. Like I don't want to stay here, but like at that point, like they just didn't want to give me nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they just like, nah. They try to make even like when I read comments, they try to make it like it's my fault. It was like you have no rights, which those people don't know the law. You know what I'm saying? Like whether I'm the lease in my name or not, like every tenant got rights. You pay rent right there. Like they gotta legally evict you to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like
right.
And like some people call me a squatter. Huh?
Especially they've been taking your money. They know they already aware that your woman had left 6-7 months ago, and then they kept taking your money. They was only concerned about getting paid.
Yeah, as long
So
as the
that
rent was paid, they didn't care about none of that.
yeah, well, I think you're gonna win this case,
No,
and
I'm gonna win it for sure.
you can come over here anytime and cam up. We're gonna constantly push this video. We're gonna bring awareness to it, and that's that. We
If you got a way to contact, yeah, I ain't want to hold up y'all show too much, but if you got a way to contact with you got that video, and then just like you say, I ain't really just pushing no GoFundMe, like that ain't even my move anyway. But it just make me feel some type of way that like it's other two accounts that's like collecting funds off of my name and off of my daughter's name, you know what I'm saying? So like that's the main two reasons I want to cam up, just for that. Like I just want to put the correct information out there for anybody that do want to donate. If they don't, like we not pressed. Like I know I got a lawsuit that I'm gonna win, you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't even a question. It's just a matter of when am I gonna win. Like the lawsuit is already filed, like the lawsuit already won, really. They know it and I know it, but this is, like I said, I just want to get the right information out there, because like the first thing you click on is like say a spam GoFundMe. Like so if there's any way, like that's all I really want to just like if you could repost it and just with the story and the right GoFundMe, like man, that'd take me far, man. I'll just appreciate that.
Oh, I got you, and I got my information in the back if you wanna in the private chat. Then we're gonna get back to the show.
Yeah, I ain't got no IG, but I'm gonna shoot you like I'm gonna text you off my phone, and then we could just go like that, because I ain't never really been like no.
Yeah, you see I got my number down there.
Yeah, I got you, sis. So I'm gonna just send you everything off of that, and I appreciate y'all, man. It was good meeting you, JP. Like I say, I always be checking out the show, and it was good meeting you too, Truth. I always be, liking both of y'all perspectives. So I appreciate y'all.
Yep. Anytime, bro. I'm gonna bring you back
All right,
on,
y'all
and
take it easy, man.
we're gonna be doing a lot of collabs together. Then I'm gonna do a one-on-one. I'm gonna schedule a one-on-one interview with you, and then that way we can talk about it some more. We're hand-to-hand, one-on-one, and we can constantly get this out there.
All right, I definitely appreciate that, man. Y'all take it easy.
All right, you too.
All right.
Stay up, bro.
I don't even know how to get off.
I got you. Man, that's crazy. That is crazy. What you think about that, Truth? You still there? Well, we finna get prayers go out to that man and his daughter. Shout out to him, and shout out he going by doing everything the right way, and I got a feeling that everything will go in his favor. So shout out to him. We're gonna keep him around and stuff like that. Make him another member of the Black House. That's if he decide to become a member of the Black House. Back to this Brother Polite guy. I don't know if Truth's still here. Truth, you still there? I'm getting him back. My question is, why is it these men, knowing the consequences, right? It shouldn't just be about the consequences. It should just be your moral ethic. It should be something about you, like to mess with no little girls. You should already know not to mess with little girls, but why is these men still taking these chances? Why is these men still taking chances and to ruin their whole life? This man had everything going for him. Brother Polite had everything going good for him. Everything. He had about 10 women. And that was nice looking women. Why is it men is so attracted to these like young girls? I don't know. The time that he got, I felt like he should have got more. Because to be honest, he probably only do like 5 years. And then he don't have to register as a sex offender. And then Brother Polite, he don't have to register as a sex offender. I dropped the link. Y'all come up here. Let's have a debate about this. The topic: do you think brother Polite going to survive in prison off this story? And why men can't control their dicks? Oh, he said let them up. Truth.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like I'm starting like I don't understand like knowing the repercussions of what's going to happen to you. You had everything going for you, women, the influences. You've been on Breakfast Club, like you got everything going. Like, what will possess this man still will do something like this?
Perversion, and you know, when you think you are essentially untouchable, you think you think you can get away with anything. That's basically which keeps people from keeping themselves honest and knowing, hey, this just ain't right. For me, like I heard a lot of excuses when people say, "Oh, you don't know if the girl is young or whatever," and stuff like that. Yeah, and that really bothered me because the thing is this, yo, females keep that baby face a long time, G. A very long time before they start actually maturing and start showing that they are adult women, even in their early 20s and everything like that. So when you look at a young lady and you can see her baby face, I wouldn't even talk to her. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not even going to take the chance of her being in her teens or early 20s. You feel what I'm saying? If she's not 25 or older, I wouldn't want nothing to do with her. And for a lot of guys, you feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of perversion there and suspect behavior. You feel what I'm saying? It's no need that you want to go and start, dealing with an individual in their teens and you my age or older. Like it's really no excuse. It's no excuse for that. It's something there that is missing and something that needs to be corrected. And again, it's called perversion.
I think
go ahead.
I think a lot of times when these men want a younger woman is because that they didn't get the type of attention from women when they was in high school that they always wanted. So even though they become adults and getting women, but those are adult women. A lot of men that want to get women like in high school and stuff like that on a rapid, they feel like they miss out. And so when they get the opportunity, they get the opportunity to relive that high school days within them. I think that's what's causing it. What's your opinion on that? I really believe like a lot of these young men, a lot of these older men, they be trying to relive the past that they didn't get to have in high school. And so when they get them a younger girl and whatever, they trying to relive that. I don't know why men doing this stuff. Why would you take a risk of your life like that? Why would you play with your life like that? I don't understand it. It's crazy as hell. It's crazy as hell to me. Let me see. Let me pull up some more brother videos. I don't understand. Like this dude he had everything going for him. Everything. This man still literally try to. I don't know. Let me see. Let me just see. Butterfly. Let's see what something out to think of him. And then they try to say he had a mental illness. That's another thing. I think that's how he got off too. They say he had a mental illness. I'm trying to find some videos. Okay, this was
alkalinity, really understand for you guys. Yes, I charge for my service, but you still can utilize the information that I'm presenting to you.
We don't
Always remember from
Brother Polite, we don't want your service, bro. we don't want your service. The service that you getting gonna get you 15 in life.
pre-K to 12th grade is 14 years ago.
Don't use the word 14, man. You should never use the word 14 again. Every time you use the word 14, bro, I know you have to think about that girl. You definitely gonna be thinking about that woman. And I ain't trying to make a joke out of this and stuff like that, but you definitely gonna have to think about that number 14 when you have to think about that time. And you know what? I really believe, like, even though he getting probation, they gonna fuck with his ass on. He got 10 years on paper. They gonna fuck with his ass because he could just do one thing. If he scream at somebody the wrong way, they could revocate him, get him 10 more years, additional years. So even though he doing them 7 years, he might as well just go ahead and just do the 10 years because they'll let him stay outside for 5 years and revocate him, or stay outside his 9 years and revocate him his 10th year, and he had to do that whole 10 years. So they technically got 27.
Going to school, and they don't teach you nothing about food, clothing, or shelter. You don't know how to sew. You don't know how to crow straight. You don't know how to do anything pertaining to alkalinity. Really understand nutrition. They just show you how to make a pizza or so. You damn sure don't understand nothing about real estate or credit. And then when you graduate, you're supposed to perform as an adult. And that's why when you go into the legal context of the word,
I wouldn't even show my face no more on the internet. You got to be one of the boldest, cocky motherfuckers that you can meet. I wouldn't even show my face no more on the internet. You is known to be, you fucked a 14-year-old girl, dude. You fucked her. You ain't in there for touching her. You not in there for playing with her or nothing like that, nigga. You actually had sex with a little 14-year-old girl. And you don't think them niggas finna be at your ass? Even your guys and them gonna turn on you in there. People you know gonna turn on you when you get in and when you get inside.
minority, okay? Because a lot of the words and terms that we use, there's a dichotomy to it. There's a twofold meaning to it. So when you go into legalese, the word minority means an adult thinking or acting in an adolescent state of mind.
Adolescent state of mind. What you gonna teach them? How to fuck grown men? How's you been in this? He just made this video a month ago. How's you talking like this? You got this whole case, dude. Talking about adolescents and change. What you gonna teach them? Dog, you was a whole fraud. Look at you, dog. You look at your face, dog. You sick as hell.
Okay, so our goal, our job is to act in our majority, not to act in our minority. Most of you just believe, well, we're minorities because we're the smallest percentage of a group. And in fact, we wouldn't even be minorities if abortion didn't exist. That whole plan.
Nah, man, your speech is just done. Your speech is just done, dog. You back, Truth?
Yeah, I'm back.
I don't understand. He made this video a month ago. I don't understand, like, you know, I want to never show my face again on the internet. I would have just let people forget who I am.
Yeah, that goes all into the psychology, bro. What you was asking is how can somebody, where they at in life still do some of the most egregious, terrible, horrific things, and that's because they really believe that, from the following, from the people supporting them, it's still people that support them to this day.
If people support him, that means they damn near that them damn selves.
Correct, and that's how we look at it. But the people that support him, they look at him, regardless of whether he did it or not. They like, we ride with you, we rocking out with you. And as long as people have that type of stuff, like we see it every day on YouTube, bro. We see. I
remember Taz and them used to make videos of when this story first came out. Taz and them made videos of how the Constitution was trying to defend them and was still rocking with this dude. So it's seeming like a lot of people don't really care. A lot of people don't really care about these little girls no more. When I say the morality is dead now, it is dead.
Yeah, like we
beat them up in jail.
Like we see it here on YouTube, Jay. Like when people like someone, they don't give a what they do. They like, I like that person. For me, I stand on principle. If you ain't doing right, I'm not rocking with you. If you ain't doing right, I'm gonna call it out. I don't like nobody or have that much bias or be so respected persons that if you out here doing evil, and it's not just that type of evil what he did, any form of evil, anything going wrong, that I'm gonna be okay with what you do and still rock out with you, especially if you have no repentance, no change. You're not even trying to do right. You make justifications and excuses for what you do wrong. And as long as people support him and support other people like him, he's never going to change. Like you said, you wouldn't have showed your face no more because you have shame. You know that stuff ain't right. You feel what I'm saying? You have conviction.
Exactly.
These people are so entitled that they don't have no conviction. They really believe that they can do anything and everything, and you're not supposed to, expect them to hold themselves accountable for the basically the treachery that they do. For me, it's nothing he can do to, I'm not going to say it's nothing he can do, but as of right now, old boy need to sit somewhere and think about like, yo, why am I even this way, and deal with a lot of, probably trauma that he had to deal with. Something caused this type of perversion that you're attracted to, young girls, and that's uncivilized. You feel what I'm saying? It's no excuse for that. I was speaking about their baby face, yo. They still have their young face, yo. My daughter, she still have her face ever since she was a baby. Like, she still has that young face, even though she's about to be 18 years old. So it's clearly to see that's still a child. So it's no excuse for you being a grown man, trying to, involve yourself with a little girl like that. So it's sad. And it speaks about, like you said, the community, how we are as men. We was given these shoulders, our mindset, our provision, our wherewithal to protect women.
But here's my thing, though, and I'm trying to. I hate playing devil's advocate, but I'm trying to understand it, because I'm the type of person that's always trying to figure out why. When you get a large number in history of these men still perpetrating this type of behavior towards children, where do you think this fantasy come from? Like, is it something natural within men to want a little kid?
No, bro. That's why I say it's unnatural. It's perversion. Do you know what perversion is?
Being a pervert, right? What the breakdown of pervert?
Yeah. Basically. So when people use that term, is basically it's abomination. It's something that's unclean. It's nasty. It's disturbing. It's uncivilized. It's basically it's thoughts and action that is not, you should not have. It's unnatural. So these type of people that have these unnatural feelings and the P word and everything like that, these individuals have a lot of trauma and baggage and different things that they have experienced, to the point where that perversion is now a part of them, and they don't see the wrong, like how we can clearly see that this is not right, and there's no justification for it to be right. But they don't see it that way. You feel what I'm saying? And until people like him actually get caught, they'll continue to do the stuff. They don't. For me, I can't sleep at night if I'm not doing right. Even if somebody has did something wrong to me, and I have a justified cause to get back at them, I still don't sleep right if I got back at them. It never sits well with me when I do wrong, ever. What up, Vic?
What's up, Vic?
Nothing but just chilling, eating, listening to y'all. And it's crazy. Them woke people. Look, a lot of times, y'all notice I say, certain people that's on the internet preaching ain't who you think they is. You got to understand that, just like he said, people like who they like. Some people looking for certain people so they can join a certain group, to where all of their weird shit becomes normal.
Exactly.
Y'all got to be careful. Look, and when it comes down to mental illness, whenever you see, well, me, myself, whenever I see a person speaking that woke crap, and then they like more than one woman at one time, I already know that fool got a retardation problem. You know what I'm saying? You already getting too deep. You getting too damn deep into religion, and one woman is more than enough to try to handle by herself. You see what I'm saying? So I already know something wrong with this fella. when they talking religion and then speaking about having 2 or 3 women. Now,
Yeah.
and also with daughters, okay, the average man that has some sense, even if you just with a woman, the one that got sense, they stray away from single women with daughters. They don't want them. You might have a stepdaddy that deal with a woman with a boy's son, but the ones that usually you got to watch them ones too. If you ever see a man that call themselves so in love with a woman got 3 or 4 daughters, the light bulb should be popping up on your head. This Negro either crazy or he ain't trying to think safe, because in certain situations, if he ever get out of line, she can weaponize them daughters against him. So
Right.
you got to pay attention to how men are moving when they dealing with how they move in certain females. This was a disaster bound to happen. When I used to just hear him talk, and he was getting into that polygamy and all that, I said, oh, this a Negro I ain't finna watch. Just like I said, one woman is more than enough for one Negro to try to figure out how you gonna deal with 3 or 4 of them.
Hey Vic, that's how you can tell. Like I totally agree with you. Yeah. That's how you can tell. Like when you be hearing people in these spaces talk about that, talk about dealing with more than one woman and everything like that, or polygamy and all this type of stuff. This is how you can tell that they have never really done that before, because any man that has dealt with multiple women, no, that shit is tiring beyond. It is tiring as hell. It's tiring as hell. Switching up, dealing with a different type of female every day, having to please that type of female, having to deal with her on her level, deal with her emotions, deal with her situations in life. When you're trying to deal with multiple women, it is tiring. It is not easy. And that comes from, and people think it's easy because what happens is you're dealing with that perversion in your head, and we watch some pornos, and you see the guy dealing with multiple women, we think about the lust and the pleasure that comes behind trying to deal with multiple women on that type of perversion level. But when you try to actually deal with them and ingratiate yourself, it becomes tiring. You don't even have time for yourself to try to deal with three or 4 or 5 women. And I'm speaking from experience, true story. That stuff ain't no joke. So to try to, when you talk about polygamy, people don't understand. You're actually married to 2 women. You got to take care of both of them women. You got to deal with both of them women on an emotional, spiritual, physical level. You got to please them. You got to provide for both of them equally. That ain't nothing easy. That's a whole nother level.
Right.
The she
I
said,
already knew. Go ahead.
Sin 7 Sin said, let's see. All the signs were there a year before this incident. For other polite was online pleading for his daughter's returns. She went missing in LA. That was not his daughter. That was his underage wife.
What?
Well, dang.
What the hell?
That's crazy.
That shit crazy.
What's up, JP?
What's up, man? I think we gotta figure out like what's caused, even though men knowing that the repercussions was gonna happen. Why would y'all still be doing it?
The way I see it, this nigga, I mean, a lot of these niggas that are like this, one, they just sick. Yeah, they probably got issues from the past. But I'm looking at it like, so they gave R. Kelly life, and this nigga only got 7 years where he was trying to groom this woman's daughter. And Vic, you conflating way too much bullshit with this man. Like, you're conflating too many points. Just because somebody likes polygamy doesn't mean that they're a fucking weirdo, or if they're really intelligent that they're a fucking weirdo. No, just say how it is. This nigga's just a weirdo, bro. Like R. Kelly
I
wasn't.
understand that.
Hold on.
I understand.
R. Kelly wasn't religious. He wasn't religious the slightest. He did like a good group of women. But I do see where what is that? Truth light, or I can't see what that last word says because I'm driving. But what Truth said is, yeah, I don't mind having multiple women, but they're draining as fuck. So I would like you to go home after we're done doing whatever the fuck we're doing. No offense, women.
LL.
But stop. Don't combine all that bullshit. No, that's what you said. You said.
No.
If they got multiple women and they real religious, then they being in the sick shit like that.
What I said.
We can rewind it.
No, you can rewind it and listen to what I said. I said my beliefs, my opinion is my opinion.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want, but my opinion is my opinion. I stated opinion. I said what I believe.
Okay.
If I see a man.
So what was R. Kelly's? Okay. What was R. Kelly's excuse? Because he wasn't religious.
We ain't talking about R. Kelly. We talking about this.
It's the same situation. It's the same situation, is it not?
No. But there's different people.
It's literally the same situation.
I want to talk about this.
They're different people, but they're doing the same fucking thing. They did the same thing.
R. Kelly had multiple accounts.
But R. Kelly, R. Kelly had multiple women, and you can't tell me this nigga's the first time doing this shit.
He had multiple accounts.
Cause this nigga, like,
most of these niggas need to be beat the fuck up. That's straight like that.
You can't tell me this is you can't tell me this is this nigga's first time, bro. That's all I'm saying.
No.
This nigga sick. So what? He was grooming this young lady. He just greedy. One, he's a perv. Like Truth said, he's a perv because you already got these multiple women. That should be good enough. But 14, you're watching this young lady grow up. She's 14, and these moms act like y'all don't know what the fuck going on. Like you don't know, but y'all just ignoring it because you got this nigga who might be a little well off. It is some women who are afraid to be alone, who are codependent, who are afraid to lose a man, and that's when you see these stories where the kid is telling the mother about this sick motherfucker, and they oh well you something. Oh, what you trying to like Precious? Oh, you trying to take my man, or just bullshit. Ignoring all the signs till some weird shit happen. And this is this kind of shit is very unfortunate. Now, I'm trying not to be triggered by my sisters and a mom. You know what I'm saying? I done seen it all, heard it all. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been through. I done heard a lot of shit in my life, and it's a lot of bitch ass niggas. I say it all the time. There's a lot of bitch ass niggas out here. But this nigga, you could practically, you're famous, so you could practically get any woman. I ain't gonna say any, but you can get a good group of women, a good batch of women. But you went after this lady's child, trying to get her drunk, and I haven't seen the story in a week or so.
He had a batch of women. He had 3 women, right? He had a batch of women.
I don't know if it was 2 or 3, but either way, he went after the daughter. Like Sim got Daryl, he went over this story where this brother Polite, I guess, took the child somewhere else, got a hotel room, had her take some drinks, had her drinking and shit like that. Little 14-year-old, and there's no excuse.
Right.
I don't give a fuck what she look like, what the body look like, anything like that. You're sick. It's one thing for her to be 18, but devil's advocate in African cultures, the oldest man in the village normally does get one with the young women there. And I'm not saying that's right, because our culture, we know something different. And to me, that's sick. Don't get it fucked up. To me, that's sick. And he's one of those.
Is he an African? Is he a real African?
That's what I was about to say. I don't know if he's Pan-African. I don't know if he's Pan-African and he believe in those things over there. Believe in those.
Not Pan-African.
Their religious beliefs.
Originally from Africa.
Still, just because I'm not from there doesn't mean I can't believe in their beliefs and follow their traditions and beliefs.
Oh hell no.
Hell no. But if that's what he wants to do, he needs to take his black ass over there. But like I'm looking at this mugshot and I'm looking at him like this nigga, he looks pathetic. Let's be honest. This nigga looks pathetic, but I mean he's a very intelligent man.
For me, even if it's lawful in other countries, that shit won't never sit right with me. See, morality.
That's because of what we know.
Morality wise, see, I go by morality over legality. I don't give a
hear you.
fuck if it's legal. That shit ain't right. And that shit not going to be around me. I wish I would see somebody underage, yeah. Like I'm not playing about
So
shit.
I
On
believe
against
in
the law.
European countries. I believe in European countries the drinking age is like 14 or 16. It's something stupid like that. But here it's 21. So do you think if you were in Europe that you would be drinking at 16?
No, even then, like, and that's actually a great point. See, I don't
If
split.
you
I
raised
don't
in
split
that
hairs with
environment,
that.
you'll be a drunk motherfucker. I'm telling you, if you raised in that environment, you'll be probably drinking. Cause see,
And I
down
know there's
south a
probably
long time ago,
stipulations on it. Go ahead,
down
bro.
south, and I can remember right. Do y'all remember a half pack of Newports? A long time ago, it was legal to send your children to the store and get beer and cigarettes. But now it's not.
Yeah. I see where you're going with this.
So during that time, it was so it wasn't frowned upon. But today it is. So if you was a person that living in that country, you probably be doing the same thing because you was raised in that situation. So you wouldn't know the difference.
So if you was raised in a country where men was able to mess with little girls, it won't be looked
Hell
at as
no.
normal.
Well, it wouldn't be looked at.
I don't think they would
I'm
be
from
conscious.
America, so I wouldn't want to imagine it.
I don't think they'd be
you know?
conscious of what they're doing. Like, I don't think they're because we're raised like that. I don't think they're conscious of what they're doing. Like I said, them African countries where or cultures, tribes where they are the oldest man, they be like damn near 60, fucking with the little teenagers and shit. But see, that's their culture. I don't think they see anything wrong with it. I used to watch a lot of documentaries. But here we go. You ready? Just give me one solid minute to cook. Put me on the timer. So here we go. We got Woody Allen, who adopted a young girl, a very, very young age. Nobody said shit about that. Elvis Presley married I forget whose daughter it was, but he married her. She was 14. He was like 25.
He used to
or
sing about
something
it.
like that.
He used to sing about it. Yeah.
She was 14. She was 25, and I understand it wasn't as bad. It wasn't frowned upon when they were back then in the 50s, 60s. Because I mean you probably will find a bunch of relationships like that back then. But anyways, Jerry Seinfeld, they say he married a very young woman. There's a lot of these Hollywood celebrities who get with these young women. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right at all. But in the early 90s, and I honestly think that's why R. Kelly was fucking with Aaliyah. Let's not don't fucking forget Jay-Z was fucking with Aaliyah also. A lot of motherfuckers, y'all do know Aaliyah died when she was 21, right? She was a baby.
Right.
She died when she was 21. I believe Jay-Z was fucking with her, and Jay-Z was old. He was like goddamn 28, 29. He was something old. But I'm not saying none of this shit's right. Shit's kind of sick. I got a lot of nieces. I got 21 nieces and nephews. I got a daughter. I got 5 brothers. I got 5 sisters and a few brothers. But so this shit, you try to groom this young girl, and I don't know how. JP, do you have the audio of the mom's testimony in court? I just had it.
I'm trying to find it. Let me try to find it.
I literally just had it earlier. I could probably find it when I stop, but I literally just had it. It was like on Instagram, on site, or Twitter. I know I liked it or reposted it, but I'll find it in a second. But I want to hear what she had to say. I didn't listen to her testimony, but I did listen to his charges, and the shit just racked up for him to only get 7 in that life. Every damn near all them charges was 30 years apiece, and he's only getting 7. Like I don't. Maybe I'm the only one tripping. Maybe I'm trying not to be triggered by this shit, but I just don't like that. I don't like that weird shit, bro. Especially that taking advantage of somebody, taking somebody's innocence. I don't like that shit, bro.
Look, LM.
But
I know a real dude right now in life. Got an inconclusive grape test came back, right?
Yeah.
Inconclusive. And he got charged with statutory grape, right? That boy,
Yeah.
he got damn near 20 years. And he's still in that motherfucker. Inconclusive now.
Yeah.
But it was on some more shit though. I think the mama side him up on some stuff. But it's crazy how this man gets 7 years, and it's a person I know got 15 years. Just one person, statutory inconclusive
Now, did
DNA
they
test come back.
I hear you. I hear you. There was
That
a
shit
man I just
crazy.
saw a man
And
that
look,
did like
he
he did like
doing them
49
15.
years or something.
He
Yeah.
doing them 15, 20, whatever, however, but it's a long time. He been in there a while.
Now did they say
Still
that
got some more years.
now JP, I don't know if y'all did they say he actually had intercourse with this young girl,
Yeah,
or
he
did
had
he just get her
intercourse.
drunk and
Hell
try?
yeah.
He actually had intercourse with her.
Yeah, you
Prove it.
seen the
And I
scene on
told
dress.
I think Raw B was on the panel with us, and I'm talking to them like maybe Just Jay. I don't remember who. So they just did it like it was nothing high key. And that can't be their first time. Like something not it
Okay,
just
here
ain't
go the
adding
little
up.
girl talking about it.
You said what, bro?
I got the video of the little girl talking about it.
Damn.
Okay, cool.
That's crazy.
But this
To
shit
the
don't
fair
add up in
use.
my head.
You know, man, damn. This shit crazy. I see it. I'm
Yeah,
new
make
to
sure you
this.
hit that.
I've been hearing
Make sure you
about
hit
it,
that fair
but
use.
I ain't want to look into a lot of
Key
it because
Vic. Hi, Key Vic. I understand exactly what you mean.
that
Let
shit
me put
crazy.
on a fair use. Y'all.
That shit bother me, man. That shit hurt, man.
I don't like that shit, bro. I don't like bullies and I don't like perverts, bro. You can't be around me, bro.
I already knew when I saw that dude talking about all them women and the shit. I said, "Oh yeah, that boy's a nut job." One woman
Vic,
is enough.
I have a lot of women. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but I talk to multiple
But you
women.
ain't living with them though. You ain't living with them.
Oh yeah,
Do
nah,
y'all
hell
see the
nah.
video?
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
that. So which one is her? Which is? That's not her, is it? Is that
I don't
the
know.
mom?
They was on Montel.
One
What the
night,
hell?
she just picked me, my brother, my sister up and moved us into this organization that was completely unlike anything that we'd ever been used to.
And you're 10 years old, you're in a overcrowded, trailer at the time or house?
At that time, it was in Brooklyn. When we moved in, there were just an excessive amount of girls around our age group. In one room, we slept on phones on the floor. In the morning, you piled the phones up together into one bed. You sat on the floor to eat. The food was, I couldn't even really, I don't even remember what the food was. I just know I couldn't identify it because we didn't eat the same way.
It was mystery food.
Yeah.
You were 14 when you got beckoned, 15 when you were beckoned.
I was 14.
The first time.
When he started to try to introduce me into it, but I fought against it for a long time, and then he finally took it up when I was 15.
And again, you fought against it. I'm assuming that you were fighting at the last minute.
I
But
fought.
it didn't matter.
Yeah, he used to literally pick me up, and his room was shaped like a huge octagon. I mean, it was just huge. And he would literally pick me up and throw me over his shoulder and throw me down on the bed. And I was constantly fighting, and I didn't understand because there was a book that he had called a Hell Book, and it had a very descriptive,
Pass that to somebody behind you.
a very descriptive vision of what happens when you break your virginity at a young age. I think it was like we would boil in hell for eternity and all types of stuff. And I used to yell. I was like, I didn't understand because I was like, you wrote this book, and now you're trying to do this to us. And then he would give stories about how the Prophet Muhammad married someone named Aisha at age 9, and how it was okay. So it's supposed to be okay for us, and how whoever you break your virginity to first is the person that you owe your loyalty to. So this is what he had to do to us. And it just didn't feel right with him. It didn't, because we looked at him as our father. You know, it's hard to try and transfer that relationship like my father to this person that I have to lay down with. You know, it's.
So, did you know Pauline?
I met Pauline when we were upstate.
You knew when she got sent away.
Yes.
You knew when she got sent away. Did you think that that's what's going to happen to me? Is that what helped to keep you guys under control? Did you know she was sent away to some place that nobody wanted to go to, or how was it set?
There were times you didn't know why people left. My sister was kicked out, and I did not know she was gone until after the van had pulled off.
it's hard for people to understand why didn't you leave, but we was raised thinking that that was the best place to be. What he would tell us, he used to tell us on the land, the kids who was born or raised in the community, we had a
Hey,
red
Jay,
X
can you
dot on
pause
our
it for a
head,
minute?
and if we ever left the community,
Who are they
life
talking
was
about?
and the devil knows.
Shit, him.
Pa-
They talking
Pause
about
it
the
for a minute.
activities of the predator. That boy,
You know,
that girl said on the
Malachi
land.
York. No,
you know what the,
and Brother Polite.
you know what the worst
Because
part
this is
about this shit
Montel.
is, though? The worst part about this shit is, yo, children come to men for protection, yo. You know, for them to
Right.
feel safe. And that's the shit that's bothering me, yo. This little girl trusted to even be around him for protection, and he violated that shit, man. Like, you supposed to be protecting that baby, yo. And you violated that shit like that? You violated her trust like that? Like, nah, nigga, you gotta go.
Now, they got to be that where the fuck that is. How old is Brother Polite right now? Because Montel looks really young here, and so there's got to be the 90s.
No, this is
But
now around this time. You know they got makeup and stuff. No, but it
her
says
hair fucked up too, so I don't know.
York and Brother Polite. This is her explaining it.
Montel ain't been on in years.
I don't know how he ended up with Montel. This not the 90s. Because how Brother Polite been accused about this in the 90s? You see the title, Malaysia, New York, and Brother Polite.
Malachi.
Yeah, Malachi York and Brother
I can't look
Polite.
it up right now. Is anybody in the chat saying anything about it or when it occurred?
Let's see how far this is. Let me see.
Go to get us, attack us, and we'll never be nothing without him, or we're misfits and ugly, and all this stuff will happen. So we just dealt with,
Well, Sergeant Tracy Bowen played an integral part in the investigation and making sure that this
Today,
all came to an end. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much.
And Bill Osinski wrote the book, Ungodly, the true story of unprecedented evil. And I'm telling you, that's exactly, you guys are passing that book around? Please pass it. I want more people to see that just to be disgusted for a second. Where's it at right now? Raise your hand. You got it? Pass it down the road. Let some people take a look at it. But Sergeant, talk to me. You got involved in the investigation when the authorities had already received enough complaints, but you didn't have enough evidence to bring them down, right?
Correct.
Well, why the fuck they would label this title this Brother Polite?
You can tell by the way they dressed that this is.
Yeah, I'm
maybe
looking
early
at you
2000s.
right. Why in the fuck would they was title this Brother Polite? Malachi. You see the title right here, right? Malachi York and Brother
I
Polite.
saw it. Yeah, Brother Polite. Yeah. It should say how many years ago that motherfucker got put up, but it usually got a date on it. Like posted 17 years ago. But what they were saying over on Sim God's Nation and Sim God Nation, they was talking about like he got a charge in like 2017. And I don't know if this one just came back around or if this is like the a follow-up to that case. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You ever check your Instagram, JP? Because if I
Yeah,
find it, I'll send it to you on your okay, if I find it to Daryl or Nightish. So if I find it, I'll send it to you and I'll let you know. Just give me a couple seconds. I'm about to park. I'm about to be at the store in a second. So if I find it, but so something happened in 2017 and something's happening right now. I don't know if he's just now going to trial. I don't remember what they said because I try not to retain this kind of fucked up information. This ain't good for your health. And JP, you said, I don't want to know how these niggas think. Feel me? You said you want to know they understanding or like where they coming from, like why, nigga? I don't want to know. Fuck these niggas.
Know what happens though? My belief is when them guys get tied up in religion and go to reading all those books about people who have created religion, started religion, and then they try to mix it in with this old African way of living and shit, and your ass know you from America, they be creating their own bullshit that's really operating in a predatory mindset or cultism
Facts.
or some shit. Man, I don't look. Whenever a person come to me on some like real spiritual religious shit, cause I was raised up in around church stuff, and I know how some of those folks can be. And I have also been raised around people have done some savage shit, but when some bad shit happens, they want to become a goddamn preacher. So I stay the hell away from around those people that were speaking religion when I can see clearly you the goddamn devil. That's operating, trying to get what you can get out of people.
Hey Vic, you ready?
Facts, man.
You ready? You ready, Vic? You ready, Vic?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, what did Malcolm X say about Elijah Muhammad?
Enlighten me.
One of the reasons why the one of the
Oh,
reasons
yeah.
why Malcolm X was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
man, yeah. Malcolm X was like, fuck this shit. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
Just remember, what did Malcolm X say about them niggas? Hey.
Right. That shit, wow. That's
Give me a
wild.
second, JP. I'm parking right now, so give me like 2-3 minutes.
John got a little cold. It ain't really much to say on this. This is why a lot of black women say the stuff that they say. Niggas constantly putting us under the bus. Well, they don't be understanding when they do shit like this. This is affecting all of us.
Yeah. But this is
Because people gonna look at all
JP.
like,
I'm sorry. This make black men look bad, but let's not act like during the crack era and the 90s and the early 2000s that a lot of young ladies was getting touched by relatives and shit like that. And they usually say when that kind of shit happens, it's usually a family member. You know how many, all the women I've talked to in my life and heard, and that's why I just can't, I don't like that shit. I don't like, you gotta just imagine how
wait a
many
minute,
stories I've heard.
he sound like he was a stepdaddy.
Oh, Polite?
Yeah.
Yeah, Polite was a stepdad. That was his girls. That was his wife, one of his wives' daughter.
He was
JP,
supposed
that
to be.
was his wife's daughter.
The nigga was a predator, man.
Man, look.
That was his wife.
That was a motherfucking demon, yo. That was a demon. That's what that
It
was.
wasn't JP. That wasn't a random chick, bro. That was his wife's
that was the girl's
daughter.
Look, the thing is, like me, myself, man, when I get around dudes that they mind is all about multiple women and speak about multiple women and all that shit, I pay attention to those type of dudes. Just like I said, one woman is enough trouble and just to keep your mind running all goddamn day. You got to be a psychotic Negro to want to have 3 of them living with you. 3 different attitudes, 3 different cycles through the month. Mood swings, all that shit. Man, you got one month. Look, you got to be crazy. If you sitting around 3 multiple things that bleed for 5 days and don't die, you got to be a psychopath. You got somebody to be wrong with you. I can't do it.
Hey Vic, I said it earlier when I was out there dragging it and doing my dirt. I told people I was all fucked up. You feel what I'm saying? You cannot be right in your head doing that shit. Yeah. I was hurting inside, and that's how I use. You know, other people use their vices. They use alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, whatever.
Right.
I use sex. You know, I use a woman's love to get my fucking fulfilled in the need that I need to fill that empty spot in my heart. And until I got healing, once I got healing and I dealt with my issues and everything, all that perversion went away. I no longer desire to be with a whole bunch of women and all that type of stuff. That shit actually disgusts me now.
Right. I understand that. So that's why, like I say, when I see any men, like, it's all right for men, you know, if you got your women on the outside, they ain't all of them. But this man got 3 people living in the household. Then you even jump to the children. God damn, this fuck. There's some bitch. I ain't got nothing to really say.
Yeah,
Boy,
that's the scariest thing. Like moving in with, especially with a woman who got girls and young girls. That shit is scary as hell.
usually men, look, JP, usually men that are looking for a woman that know how women could act in certain situations, being spiteful, whatever. That's the main thing we stay away from. The women, you can have one daughter, you might look nice,
Hey,
and we ain't
Shiesty
dealing
Bum.
with you.
Shiesty Bum, Pickle Bum, whatever that whole changed the name in. Look, trust me. Whatever y'all
JP, I
do,
sent you the first video.
whatever y'all do, I don't do what y'all do.
You heard me, JP?
Don't worry
Usually a
about
man
that.
that's in the or usually a man that's on the dating market. It don't matter whether a woman got one child. When it's a daughter,
Y'all
a
ugly
man
ass
with
is throwing in the pot.
a man a man that's trying to stay on the safe side and don't want to be accused of nothing. The woman with the daughter is not gonna get picked. The only time dude gonna fuck with you if he got his own spot or he got somewhere he can take you. He ain't trying to be up in your house because you can get mad or whatever and create a bad situation off a line. But the dudes that don't give a
Yeah,
damn
what
and
you
have
done
some
here,
creepy,
you dumb hoe.
a lot of times the dudes that don't give a damn or will try that, guess what? They'll get in the house or get up in a relationship with a woman that has a child. That's a daughter. So you gotta watch it. Hell no. That nigga crazy. I don't know what's wrong with him. But I watch certain stuff.
All right, here goes video. Can y'all hear it?
Not yet.
Cause I know that one thing I would. Hell no, I would never do it.
What
A
about now?
woman that got a daughter, huh?
It's all right. It's all right.
Y'all heard it?
You know what, Skip? Skip. It's okay. It's okay. It's been 7 years. It's all right. I got you. Because if you think about it, the Lions were picked to win that division. Skip.
No, this one was actually he missed Skip. He missed Skip.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't think this.
I blocked you because I don't want to see your ugly ass no more. That's why.
Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, that's me right there. And then you see it? Yeah, either one of them. Well, the first one, yep, the one up top is the should be news, and then the one at the bottom should be the.
I don't know why it sent me here. I'm going back.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
Yeah, for those of us that got daughters though, y'all, we got to make sure we stay close to our babies, bro. Real talk. Our babies need us.
Do it, I just listened to it like the first 3 seconds. Do the one that with click on the one with the what's that nigga's name? Trump. Trump with the taper.
If I was in a single world, and then also when I was in the single world, guess what? A woman with a daughter, you couldn't. I ain't looking your way, or because it's so much spiteful stuff that women do, like when they get mad at you. So I ain't no motherfucking way I'm coming to your house to visit you. Shit, no.
Let me
No,
see.
Lord.
Did you click on the one with the Trump? You hear me, JP?
Yeah. I think that's the one I did.
Cause I just clicked it and it worked. Like she started talking immediately. It taking.
With him, right?
Yeah, the bottom one. Hold on. I'm gonna send it from the.
Well,
All right, check it again. Check your inbox again. I just sent you another one. It's straight from YouTube, so.
okay, I think this is it.
All right.
It says video unavailable.
Oh, ain't no way.
Yeah, they probably took it down.
I just
yeah, boy, that's what they doing. That's what they doing these days. You ain't gonna, if you ain't catching it and clipping it and putting it in your own, like record it on your own phone. Look, they gonna be gone.
I just fast forwarded. It's like 10 minutes long. I just
What was
watched
the
it.
video, what was the video about?
It's just a sound like the mother that's talking about what was going on. Yeah, just click on the
It says unavailable.
Shiesty, your ass is going in that daggone pot.
Yeah,
They're gonna see your ugly ass. They're gonna cook the shit out you.
man, what?
Yeah, it's unavailable.
Dang.
What the hell? I just watched it. Like, I'm watching it right now.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Hey,
Hold on, you can still watch it from Twitter. Hold on, you got Twitter, don't you?
Not on here.
All right. I tried, everybody. I can put the link down at the bottom. Let me see. Let me do that. Maybe anybody want to watch it.
Dang.
I'd rather just fellas just stay away from women with kids. Even if you know you ain't that type of person, it just like Victim say.
Yeah.
You don't never want to get caught up. It's so easily for you to get caught up.
And guess what? The thing is, if see, that's why I say it was always something going on with that, though. Because, man, when you dealing with that woman, you got to always go into a situation when you dealing with a woman. She could potentially be spiteful. And going around a woman with a daughter, it's bad enough that they can be spiteful on their own, and the law will just straight jump to their side. This a woman with a daughter in the house. So you got to go, look, due process, right? When you got to go through due process, that don't mean you done nothing or have been convicted. But you don't know how due process, how long due process gonna last. So you can be in there for a lie for a good while before they say, well, the truth came out, you ain't did nothing. And it's been a half a year. So for this man to be within the household with women that has daughters, and you supposed to be a street dude, you know how these things could go. Because quite naturally, you done heard of situations that other men have been through. You got to watch those type of people. The average man that sees a woman with a daughter, get what he finna do? Back up. Nah, I ain't finna come over there like that. Can you get your aunties to keep your daughter? They're gonna ask that question. Can you keep your kids or whatever? They don't even want to even be around your children right off. Shit. But them ones that want to be, hey, how you doing, little buddy, buying the suckers and candy and all that shit, trying to buy all the gifts and shit, you better watch that motherfucker. You better watch him.
He probably trying to go over beyond and get some coochie, but he not. I think not to say not to watch him, but I think he not thinking that what type of
no, you tripping, Vic. You tripping. That ain't, you speaking of absolute. You speaking of absolute. Tripping now.
Man, nah, I ain't tripping.
He aware of what happened to him.
Look, I'm gonna give you the odds and the ends, the ups and downs, the ins and outs. And I give you this information, you will not be lost.
Hey, listen. That stuff do happen, but the way you talking is like you out here saying now if a man is good to children, then that he on some shit now. You
No,
don't
I'm
think?
just saying you gon' know the man. Well, some of them won't know, but I'm just saying if they come in that motherfucker just straight off, too goddamn giving. Okay, on these panels they say all Negroes broke. How you gonna be so goddamn giving if you ain't got shit in your pocket but lint? But you somehow finding all these damn funds to do all this extra gift giving and shit. Hell no. Shit. See, you know what I'm saying? Now since I broke it down,
I don't think you mean that though. But
shit. I'm watching these motherfucking ass. Yeah.
Yo, Vic, you a fool.
Nah, I'm just saying, I'm just a real life human being. I've been through some shit now, but look, sometimes I just laugh to keep from crying. Goddamn it, go.
Hey,
It is. Shit.
hold on. I hope I don't lose the reception when I say this. So a lot of people don't understand my thought process when I say this, but this is just me. You know, I gotta do what I gotta do for me. What's my best interest. So everybody know I was adopted. Blah blah blah. And so when I did meet my family, I was like 21. I was like 20, 21, and I had a bunch of nieces and shit. And I had only a couple nephews, but later on in life, like, yo, I apologize, I ain't spend more time with y'all, but I ain't never want to get wrapped up in no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like my nephews, everybody know I ain't no fucking weirdo. So I ain't about to do nothing to my nephews. But as far as my nieces, I see how messy my family can be, and I don't ever want to get hit with no goofy shit. Like, oh yeah, he touched somebody,
Right.
da 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 da. I don't never want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So I apologize to my nieces and nephews. I apologize to my nieces. Like, I'm sorry I ain't have y'all around, but this is just what it is. I have to protect me first. So,
Right.
some people don't understand, but a lot of people where I'm coming from. I gotta protect me first. I don't want nobody, me and my sisters fall out or some goofy shit, and oh well, he touched da da da. Hey, bitch, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. So, I had to apologize to them later on in life, and they straight understood. It was like, I understand. I'm like, cool, but
That's
that's
how you have
just
to be as a man. You got to protect yourself because things like that happen daily. Just like I say, the spitefulness, not to be on women, but being in a situation with dealing with women and children, man, that's how they can get you every time. And the police or the whatever authority, they don't ask no question. Due process is a motherfucker. They gonna go with whatever.
right.
Shit,
You
the
think it's
one.
supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but that's some bullshit. You know what I mean? But
Shit, your ass is
like I said,
black. You
I
guilty until proven innocent. And what if you ain't got no camera, no ring cam, no iPhone? You can't get the recorder. Get what? It's your word against theirs, and their words is golden in the court of law. So shit, all right. But polite, he weird. He was always weird to me.
he wasn't always weird to me. He was just a very intelligent man to me. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing weird, about him. But now I'm gonna have to start looking into these religious dudes, like Vic just said. Like, I'm gonna start looking into the religious dudes, because if you follow the
when I was with
ideology of this
Roro,
man,
that was some scary shit because she had a daughter and stuff, and I was like, well, I got my daughter too, but I will never like be in the house alone. Like, I was like, man, this shit is making me feel totally uncomfortable.
Right.
And then how the way Roro used to let her daughter talk and act like all grown, she be involved in grown conversations with her and her sisters and family and stuff. I'm like, oh hell no. So I was kind of glad to be up out of there.
Right. And yeah, you see it. Look,
Even though it didn't
and when
cross
you
my mind and stuff, but at the same time, you never know what somebody could do when they get upset
a
or
lot
whatever.
a lot of times, that's like I say, being a man. That's why I said it was weird with polite. Being a man, you come on, man. If you come up in certain environments or see certain stuff, you don't even have to be in an environment. You see these stories on Lifetime movies all the time. Take that and apply it to life. Shit like that be happening. And for you as a man to move yourself This man had multiple grown women. Then they had daughters.
What's up,
That
Lady
was
Snoop?
a no-go. No, Lord. I ain't going. You got to protect yourself.
Women, man, bring you a lot of trouble. As far as like,
I'm not placing the blame on the mom, but all I'm saying is,
No.
I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck if I married you. I'm not leaving my child alone with no grown ass man personally. No matter
Right.
what age, no matter what about what. That's just me. I'm not blaming the mom. I'm not leaving my child with nobody.
Doggone right.
right?
And you ain't
I
leaving your
rather,
child with me because you going to wake up and I'm be gone. Tell me I'm going to work. Shit, you better find a school or something for that child to go a swimming class or something.
and women. I
I'm
heard
finna
women
be.
say, if you ain't gonna do nothing, why you all worried about it and stuff? Man, you can
JP, I
tell that
swear
they
I was
don't
just
go
about to
through
say
the
that,
stuff that
bro.
we go through.
I was just about to say that, bro. JP, I was just about to say that. I hate when motherfuckers say, well, if you're not a weirdo, if you're not, why you even think? Oh, I have to protect me first. I don't care what y'all talking about.
JP, who is this DB person, man? Have you ever seen this thing? They tell us to
Who,
take
you
a
talking about
risk.
DB?
Yeah, who it is?
She be in the chat. She supports and stuff like that.
That's
Okay.
that's one of them hoes, man. It's one of the hoes.
Oh,
And another thing, what I was gonna do
Okay.
in the comments, you could buy like to get like a regular wrench. You could spend like $10 for a regular wrench, but somebody get paid $10 to take your regular wrench. If you want to do a monthly big wrench, it's $25, but somebody can come and take pay to get it off. So I'm starting that. I'm gonna start that tomorrow night.
I'm scared to get by a big wrench because your girl PhD was gonna take mine.
JP, we're gonna have
What?
these troll women finna run rampant in your space. They finna go crazy. These troll women know what they finna do. They finna be pitching cash apps across the board to try to turn the Black House.
They
into
broke
a later
asses.
space.
That was Granville buying all them.
I
That was
know,
Grand
but
badges.
but they can still use. Women can weaponize men and get into their pockets and get them to do certain things.
No, you're right. No, you're really right about that. No, you're right. Cause look who bought them all. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know. I ain't got nothing
Instead of letting them buy their own
money.
shit.
It's money though.
So
but,
fellas,
boy.
if y'all trying to play stepdaddy and all this other type of stuff, or just be around, just know, man, it could be a lot of. I'm not trying to excuse what this nigga did,
right?
And I'm not saying what they allege him to do is a lie. What I am saying, females in general brings a lot of trouble. It could be a grown woman. They not off limits to get you in a world of sexual trouble. So, man, you have to be extremely cautious. Keep you some videos. That's what used to always ask me. Why do I always record?
Now I'm gonna say this, JP.
I'm always having my phone on record.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're done, JP, because I got something. I know this one chick, one of the chicks I be fucking with. She real cool, but I'm not even about to get into a story. But anyways, she works for like one of them battered women shelters, like one of them SA groups. Yeah, and every night we talk. Sometimes I be having to take a break from talking to her, cause I don't know how she do it. I asked her like, how do you cope with that kind of shit? Like every day you hearing this goofy shit, going on. Every day you having to hear this shit, and she said, the highest times that shit kind of shit occurs is the first week of college school. Like I talked to her like 2 days ago, and she said there was like three different incidents that happened. Another incident happened, and it was one of the same dudes. Like god damn, like I don't.
Listen to what I'm saying. Look, LL, you better be careful, because guess what? A lot of people that gravitate to those type of jobs, they have their own story, but they just don't tell everybody.
Yes, you do.
They put the,
She do. No, she told me we very open with each other.
oh
She told me already.
shit. Be careful.
Yeah, she cool people.
We don't want
She
to be on
cool.
this
She cool.
motherfucker
She cool
talking about some,
people.
where LL is, you can cut that goddamn case. Shit. She be the one telling you this shit, be warning your ass secretly.
Nah, like JP, I got cameras in my house. I got
Fuck
cameras
up.
in my house.
Man, you shouldn't be letting people with them past traumas in your goddamn house.
But Vic, I just
No.
told y'all. You know how many what's I done talked to that's you know what I'm saying it's hard to talk. I'm in the
I
store,
know.
but
Look, I know.
you know how many
Look.
have gone through.
Yeah, I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're a magnet for folks with sadness. Sadness. You need to evaluate yourself and see what you bringing in now. Because if you had to hear all them damn stories, shit, damn. You see what I'm saying? You got to pay. Look, when you draw in a certain type of person, and these different people, but they all got some of the similar stories. Sometimes you gotta look back at yourself and see, like, what am I attracting? How am I presenting myself to people in the world? Because I'm attracting a certain type of people. So I know some of the motherfuckers that you fucking with were bipolar motherfuckers. Shit.
Bro,
Be safe,
Vic,
bro.
you don't notice in these spaces like some of these women who seem like they're not all there. You haven't noticed? I'm not even
Right,
talking
I'm telling you.
bipolar, schizophrenic, like some of the shit, like I
And
don't know. I don't
they
want to start pointing
attracted. They
fingers. Or,
look.
you know what I'm saying?
They attracted to certain people. They'll call out certain names and they poke certain dudes because they know you gonna have the energy for what they trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, yeah. You might be speaking a little toxic, so you draw their attention. So that's why they constantly fucking with you.
Trying to feed off that. I said that a couple weeks ago.
Man, look, I tell everybody on anything, I ain't looking for shit outside these goddamn doors. I'm straight. Hell no.
It's so messed up that men have to walk on eggshells, and it's so scary for men and people that don't have to walk it. They it's like they play on and all this other type of stuff. Now what he did, he actually did it, so he deserved way more time. But it's a lot of.
I was just about to ask you that. What you think he deserved? Like, what realistically? What do you think he deserved?
I think he deserved 15 to 30.
Whatever.
We used to call it. We used to hold on, Vic. We used to call it AR-15 back in the day because it comes with attempted grape 15 because you get 15 years. And I don't know if it's true, but they saying that he only getting 7. I don't know how.
Yeah, he only getting 7.
Dang.
But he
That's
paid
crazy.
for a good boy.
No. And JP, I'm the type. We need to start hanging these motherfuckers. I'm tired. That's how tired of these bitch ass dudes I am. I'm tired. Let's start hanging these motherfuckers.
What gonna happen is, see, that's why I tell people you gotta be careful when you speak that language right there, because it's gonna be some people that gonna go through due process, and you'll end up being hung, and you ain't did shit. It ain't enough time to figure out. Don't you know when they do them Project Innocent programs, folks be sitting in prison for like 10 years before they find out that person ain't done shit. So if you speak that type of language, you're talking about some go ahead deleting people. You've been deleted a lot of innocent folks. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful when you speak that language, because when you speak that out, it don't just apply to them, it also apply to you. You are an American citizen. You see what I'm saying? Because any one of us can be put in a situation.
It's so easy. It's easy for any one of us to get that label and get accused of that. And typically, when you getting accused of it, you're not gonna take that shit to trial.
Because they
Most
force
of those
you
dudes
a lot of
plea
times.
out.
They force them to plea because they know it's a chance. And what they do is, if you don't take that plea, they go ahead and put that mandatory on you, and then they boost that shit up to like 40 years. When you take that shit to trial, they throw the book at your ass. It's over with. So a person they might have not done nothing, but they so scared they gonna cop that plea for them small amount of years, but that deems you guilty in the eyes of society. But you know you ain't did nothing. Shit,
Yeah,
but
it's
if you
almost
ain't
like
got the
take
right
5
lawyer,
years or take 40.
right? But yeah,
Hey,
if you
Ace,
ain't got the
Ace.
right lawyer,
Hey, hold on, Vic, Hey,
yeah,
Ace, come up here and tell me I'm lame. Come tell me, explain to me, bro, because you was popping shit earlier. So it sounds like you just got my meat in your mouth, for real. No matter what I say, it sounds like you just got my meat in your
damn,
mouth, nigga. So come up
damn,
here and tell me, bro.
damn, Lord Jesus. Hold
I'm
up.
saying I don't even acknowledge this little dude. You know what I'm saying? But this must be one of
Yeah.
them little Vic that wants some of that attention because he done had post-traumatic incidents in his life. So now he needs some special attention. Come up here, bro.
Well, that's
Fucking
what it's
weird.
the
Like,
internet. That's what people do. People attack what they don't. I notice people will attack certain people speaking on certain topics because they don't really want to hear what's going on because they might have had previous situation or seen something that we are talking about and they don't want it to be coming up because it rejogs their memory about what they've been through or whatever or what they seen or maybe something they done done. You know, I can
T.O.
understand why
said,
people do what they do.
T.O. said, we understand about the ones that falsely accused, but the rapists and molesters with proof evidence they did it don't get enough time at all.
Now that sounds more like it. At least somebody got.
I don't say they
Yeah.
don't get more time. They be getting a lot of time. This is a rare occasion. 15, they be getting at least 15.
Shit, yeah. And every charge you get got a maximum and a minimum, and it's up to the judge to determine whether you're gonna get the minimum sentence, if they give you leniency, or if they're gonna give you the maximum. But down in the great state of Mississippi, they get you the max. When when folks used to sell drugs, you can get caught when they did that crime bill or whatever. Man, I seen a lot of folks. Some of them folks was getting out when I was halfway grown, and they just used to get caught with little rocks and everything. I remember when they used to call it gank, right? Man, they were trying to send folks up to the road for tricking folks with peanuts. You know, peanuts with a little orange gel on. Motherfucker were getting time, knowing this shit wasn't real rock. So they ain't playing down here. You gonna get dinosaur time down here playing in the South. You don't get out like that. So that 7 years, he was in the right place for the bullshit he was doing.
That's why I'm glad I don't just be out there in the streets no more chasing after all these women and shit like that. Man, when I be hearing these stories, even though he did it, so I'm not trying to equate myself with him.
Right.
But
hey, somebody in the chat said they think he paid his way out of it, which I'm kind of believe that. I'm not.
Yeah, them lawyers make a big difference. That look, when you get them lawyers, what the lawyers do, you know, the lawyer that you got the defendant and the plaintiff. All of them folks talk about and negotiate what your life gonna be in the next couple of years. Don't think them folks gotta hate for each other. It's business. Your life is in the balance of those people decisions. So don't think that the judge hate the DA and this DA hate your attorney. No, they get together, have some coffee, and they talk about your shit on the internet and over the phone at night and figure out how much time they finna give your ass, depending on how much money you finna distribute throughout the three of them and they staff or they team. That's the whole thing. That's why there's
and
a
they
lot
do
of people in
favors
jail.
for each other.
Yeah. Say if I can give you can do my client this right here because he got a whole lot of bread. We can go for this. They negotiate where your life gonna be at for the next couple of years. So don't think them folks hate each other. That's why a lot of time when you get in small trouble and you got a court-appointed lawyer, that's when you get all your damn charges. That's when you getting a lot of shit on your record. When you got that court-appointed lawyer and you ain't got down on retainer, that's how you get all the misdemeanors and them alphabet felonies and shit. Cause you ain't got the money. for nobody to negotiate, and ain't shit free. So that's why it's good to stay your ass in the house and not these black ass for away before you be in trouble.
Yeah, Vic, it's best to just stay at home, man. Stay out of trouble. They say 15, but do like 7, they say 15, but do like 7 to 9. And then they forget or escape the sex offender list or forget to alert the community they're released too.
Right.
I don't think that's the case.
No, I see what they saying. They give what they, I think they what they saying. They'll give them that time. They'll get out, and they give them like a little probation. They get through the probation, and then the only thing is get through a little bit of the probation. They doing good. And the moment you forget to sign your name and register as an offender, they go ahead and throw the max at you. You know what I'm saying? It's a trap. If they don't get you in the wash, they get you in the ringer. You see what I'm saying? It's a trap.
I knew a man that he completed his whole 15-year term. They definitely finna let him out on paper like 10 years while he was in, but he told me he want to do his whole time, finish out his time.
Right.
And
so he won't have nothing hanging over his head, because if he come out and he do that probation, if he fuck around and do a piss test, guess what they gonna do? Enhance that time. He gonna get more.
Yeah, that probation is a motherfucker.
Hell yeah. You can fuck around and certain states, man, you can fuck around when they do that probation. You can fuck around. They put you on a no alcohol restriction, no kind of drugs in your system. You can come to that damn PO can come up to your house at night. You have a 16-ounce can of beer in that motherfucker. They walk your ass right back on down to jail.
Yeah,
folks don't know that.
probation is they treat you like you can't do. You literally have to be a perfect man. The best thing to do when you on paper to move out, don't move in the same city that where you well known at.
Mm-hmm.
That way you don't got no static with nobody, and stay away from women and stuff like that. Living with women, because the arguments, and once somebody know you on paper,
they
on parole, they gonna call on you.
Right. But another thing, what the judicial system does though, to help, know what they do? They put a ban on you leaving the state. They put a ban on you leaving the state. So when you got all them good cousins,
Hey, Vic, somebody just said he got 7 years. Somebody said he got 7 years and 10 years probation.
Yeah, 7 years, and 10 years on probation.
That's damn near life, boy. But 10 years, but that ain't shit. Yeah, he paid a motherfucker.
Vic, that nigga a whole informant.
He told some secrets. He told some secrets.
Hell yeah.
And he paid
with that right there.
That nigga went somewhere across country and stole like $1 million or some shit.
Damn.
I want to say over 100, but I can't remember. The story was a good minute ago. That nigga whole high class informant.
Damn.
Man, that's why it's always best. I'm glad we talk our shits on here, because I've been locked up. I know, man, it's easy for your life could be going one way, and one split of a second, you behind those bars, and it depends on the
Don't
case.
know when
You
you
do
getting
not
out.
want to be in jail with those type of cases.
For real? Well, I don't know about those kind of cases. I just had a little basic goofy shit, but
you
the
can
weirdest
lose everything.
Like let me out this bitch, bro. I'm not like, okay, you're supposed to be going at 8 a.m., but your paperwork and shit don't get done till like 5 p.m. Between that time, man, I was like, man, get me the fuck out of here. But that's just me. Ain't no coochie in jail. I tell my nephews, ain't no coochie in jail. Jail is high key gay. Ain't no. Hey, you a
Yeah,
bitch
been
for
locked
real,
up,
bro.
man.
You gonna do all that talking, you ain't gonna come up here. This nigga's a bitch.
But that's what I'm saying. When niggas be up here talking violently and all that other type of stuff, I be saying to myself like, nigga, do you know what can happen? The goal is to have an early release date. The shit that people be saying and that they do the motherfuckers, man, I can tell that they ain't never been booked for long periods of time because you want that early release date. You don't want to go to the CEO and check your wristband to see when is your date to get released, and it's 2023, and they said, well, your release date is 2050.
Damn.
You do not want that.
I'm 38 years old. 5 years of life sentence for me. Shit. That shit is a life sentence. 5 years. Don't you know how long it takes to get fired? Like, think about if you was a baby. Just think about if you was a baby, right? And it takes you to get to be 5 years old. Shit.
10 days of no moonshine, a life sentence for you, Vic.
Motherfucking right. I'll be mad. But nah, but that shit crazy though. But folk think it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Talking all violent and I do this and I do that. Get what I'm doing? I'm staying away from you, Negro. Cause I ain't trying to get y'all ain't gonna send me up in there with that boy pussy.
As you, Vic, as you the one who told, as you the one who told Nighty, it's the dick or the gun pistol or some shit like that.
No,
he kept bringing that shit up.
Oh yeah, they always. I was just telling him, look, cause that wasn't him. That was E Black. He was calling my name.
Who was that? Flora.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's Flora.
Ashton is a W. What's your stance on everything with the Butter Polite stuff?
Man, put that nigga up under the jail.
No, the one that's sitting right next to you. FBA Slayer. Yeah, Bussy Warrior. What is your
We need to start
thought?
hanging these motherfuckers. I don't care. We need when it's nothing but proof, 100% proof. We need to hang them. I don't care.
How long now? You grew up around. Hold on now. You can't be doing that right there. You hung around. You raised around some white folk. Keep your ass away from rope or goddamn.
No, I'm tired of this shit.
Stuff.
We need to send a message. No, we need to send a message. That's the Romans that was crucifying motherfuckers. No, let's bring some of that cruel, unusual punishment back. Motherfuckers.
Don't you know when people go to jail, that's some cruel and unusual punishment. They go up in that motherfucker. See, you don't really see, like when you see jail videos and stuff, you don't really see what's going on in there. They show you bits and pieces.
God.
I've been in jail. I've been in jail a few times.
You ain't been in that motherfucker.
You did 2 months, Ashton. Let's not start this.
Brother, have you not seen 90 Days in Jail? Come on now.
That's soft, though.
I actually did 3.
You did 60.
But I'm gonna let you ride.
60. You okay? You keep changing it. All right.
Brother, I did December, January, and I got out on my birthday, February 13th. I just be letting you ride, bro.
One thing I pray to God, I'm glad I ain't had to go to prison. Because look, they actually were trying to set us up to go to prison. Some of them went. Like in my school, when they were doing that school prison pipeline, that shit was real. They had everybody that was potentially gonna be a problem. They separated us from the whole school. It wasn't even alternative school. They separated us from the whole school, and they were shipping our kids down here in the state. They were shipping them away from their parents and shit. Once you get moved to their class, you got to be on your best behavior, because your next step was out of the school, and you had to go to like a mini prison down here. They were doing that all over the state of Mississippi. And I knew it was real. Yeah, I said, yeah, I'm gonna miss this trip right here. And I did what I was supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I was going down the wrong shit. And then when they put me in that class, I said, damn, I know I'm fucking up. A lot of my buddies end up, so their ass ain't here no more. Some of them ain't even got their same mindset no more. Some of them, but well, when they sent them, they got shit on their record. Some of them couldn't shake back, but I got lucky. I've been, that's why y'all hear me on here. I was like, thank you, Jesus. You might hear me say that. Shit, God been good to me. Cause I could have been gone. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about now. I've been in alternatives and stuff like that. FBA Slayer, what's your thoughts? She came up here to troll.
What was that? Floor, dirty draws ass.
You know, Flora.
She mad at me. She don't want to talk to me.
Fuck Flora. Dressed
I
like
was getting on the
Miss Doubtfire and shit.
I was getting on. They don't like the way I was talking when we were talking about the women's situation. They be hollering and shit, and I don't be giving a damn. I be steady drinking beer on their ass. Cause when I get off here, I ain't gonna lose no sleep. I would get back up doing the same shit I do. Pop back up on these motherfuckers, still driving trucks, making money.
Fuck Flora. Goddamn funeral home makeup.
She all right.
Flora, my dog. She cool people.
Mm-hmm. She go to other people's house and be showing her ass now. We gonna have to talk about that. She go to certain spaces now.
She be nice as fuck over there.
No, sir. No, she don't do it towards me, but I be seeing she be trying to bake a couple of y'all though. I be laughing though. But she got mad at me. I'm finna see how far she gonna go with me. She done got mad in the last couple of days. They were trying to chew me out because I said something.
I be hating to see people get booked, boy.
Oh yeah. JP, a lot of them don't understand that you can go up in there and you can fuck around and get more time added on you. They think once you go up in the ones that don't know, they think once you go up in there, you just doing that time right there. Man, look, even in booking, you can fuck around and get put in the cell with the wrong drunk motherfucker or the wrong dope head or some shit. And you had to whoop that son of a bitch ass and you bust his head, you can get an outside charge.
Yep.
And now you in that bitch for 6 months. They know this motherfucker was crazy, but they put you in that motherfucker. All right. Just stay out. One time I was locked up in it. Look, it was some funny shit. One time I was locked up in the cell. We had this big, tall, white motherfucker. He was tall. And it was a white man. He was laying down on the bunk when I came in there. It was a Mexican that had a DUI. He hit a damn pole or some shit. I know that motherfucker had to be some part of a group or something. This motherfucker clean. Like his shirt. Like when you in the whole thing. He one of the Mexican, you know, they wear the good boots and big belt buckles and shit. Cause boy, look.
Unlikely, you want to say something?
Go ahead. He up there? Yeah, it
How you guys?
go ahead.
I think that's a troll, though. I'm not letting that person back up.
Nah, that was some bullshit there. I heard that
number
voice.
Flora.
No, I heard that accent on that fella there. That one of them
That was me.
goddamn robots.
G.
So we're gonna talk about the. I don't know what else to say with Brother Polite, man. He had all of this good stuff to talk. But can you imagine what the little girl had to go through, though?
Shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No offense, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know. No
We don't know.
offense,
Just
but,
imagine though. Just imagine though. That
drugged
we
the
don't
little
do
girl.
that. Yeah.
I know she was
They
drinking
say
liquor.
she ran away
but
one
like
time.
I said, I'm not. Oh, she ran away.
They brought her back. Yeah. Then another time, I can't remember who she. I think she told somebody in Polite circle, and he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna make sure you straight." You know what I'm saying? Like he actually got this shit done. If I am mistaken.
He got what done?
It was a nigga like in the music industry or just Polite circle. Like she waited to tell him for the second time around, and he was like, "I'm gonna take care of you and shit." He made sure the shit got filed and shit. If I'm not mistaken. I just seen that shit like a month ago, but I wasn't paying attention.
So he was like secretly getting enough evidence to turn him in or something. So
I don't know how it happened,
Like
but I just
black-
know like she
like
did. She said No,
blackmail?
like she just the first time she did it, or the first time she ran away, she got brought back home or something. But the second time she went to somebody in polite camp, and he made sure, you know what I'm saying, like it went correct. It went the law abiding way.
Right. Mm.
A lot of motherfuckers wouldn't believe no shit like that, especially if they know you.
Right.
I'm just sitting back thinking like he had to know like
Because
why would he carry
my bad,
on
go
with
ahead.
that? I'm just sitting back thinking like he had to know like why would you carry on like with this? Like it's not gonna come out.
You'll be surprised, JP. Like it's a lot of women that pimp their daughters in Memphis, and you would
That's what
never
I'm
know.
saying. He probably thought he was that nigga. No, JP, hold on. He probably thought he was that nigga. Probably thought he had control of everything, control the situation. And they probably like, oh yeah, they gonna follow me. They gonna listen to everything I say. But like, not everybody always with that shit. Everybody got a mind of their own. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that
She
money
wasn't
ran
with
out.
that
That what
shit.
that was.
I heard he had a case in 2017, something similar or something like that. I don't know if it's this case or like they just now concluding that case from 2017, or if this is a new case. But something happened in 2017.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
Go ahead, Vic. What you was on? What you about to say,
Nah,
dog?
I was just thinking. I was like, man, a
Look at
lot of
R.
times
Kelly. Like,
when stuff happen like that, a lot of times you can go back and it's a pattern. Now watch, look,
that's what I'm
you gonna have to.
saying.
What's gonna happen is not even only those girls that he had with him just recently. It's gonna be a couple of them that left that's gonna come back with some more shit. They got to make sure he locked down first, and then a lot of them gonna be scared because they don't know who up in his group. They're still gonna be free. They'll still follow his orders. You see what I'm saying? So that's why, man, I don't know. We just gotta wait and see. I believe it's gonna be a couple of more that's gonna be older. It's gonna probably be some older people that he probably dealt with a long time ago. You're gonna see a pattern. Yeah, when I was this, they finna Bill Cosby his ass. And he finna get some more charge.
But that's the thing though, Vic. Like I don't think Bill Cosby did shit wrong. Like
No,
you know what I'm saying?
they were getting high. Them white girls, they were getting high as a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Look, they were getting.
Then y'all talking about the Quaalude area. Like I mean the Quaalude era. Like bro, I don't believe that shit.
Yeah, they
Look,
fucked
years later. Yeah,
Bill
me
Cosby.
too.
Man, them folk were getting high, getting in spaces, and now they found out a new way to get money. And look, don't y'all know it's like a war on black celebrities? Everybody that give high, they got something or some kind of blot on their name to where they finna pull them down. And y'all better pay attention to this shit. Look, and it's deeper than that. Watch this. You cannot fund a war if you have no fun. Like, even with the racism, but there's another subject with the racism, right? Plan on to go into war with another country, and you're gonna need your workers, right? The thing is, when you determine who you're gonna make the slaves out of, you need to take their resources and their money, so they won't be able to feed soldiers or supply artillery to form a militia. So that's why you see all these rappers, they got a little money, they bamming their ass or they deleting them. So the money get absorbed by the state, or the white folk get the money back, and now the people that you thought or looked up high to, they ain't got no money to say, hey, here go a rifle to defend your family. Here go some food to keep you healthy. Hey, I got a building or a compound for y'all to stay in. That's what they do. They take all your funds first. All of our rappers, all our great, all of our rappers, all our celebrities, all our top actors, they asses going to jail, they getting deleted, or they coming up with some kind of shit that's fucking up their money. So it is what it is. Go ahead.
They said he shouldn't have been drugging people. Nigga,
Who that?
motherfuckers must not know about the 80s. Who was that? 40 Boom. Niggas don't know about the 80s. Like, your
That
fucking
man
waitress was
wasn't
chopping up your
drugging.
coke. That's what I'm saying.
Fuck
Motherfuckers don't know about the 80s. Your waitress was chopping up the cocaine at the table and at the restaurant. Motherfuckers just be talking, boy. That's why
Man, cocaine was normal to them folks, man. Folks, and it's just different now. Folks mostly marijuana heads and pill heads now. But I used to hear about this shit like all the time. Look, the shit that got so crazy down here, folks was doing this shit like normal. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the packs on deck. I was like, God damn, these folks, you know.
Jordan just
I was like,
told
God.
y'all everybody was in the locker room doing cocaine. You drinking
well,
and doing cocaine.
I get my left foot to be in a club doing coke and in a polyester suit back in the 80s.
Shit, that shit was going on in the 90s too. Look,
Nah, but
that
it
shit
was their period.
Man,
Just hit me out
man,
$10. Shout out to Just hit me out for the $10 ball. Never heard Vic lose his voice. Whoever was on the receiving end must be questioning everything they ever said in a conversation. Top over Vic. T.O.
Nah, I
said
ain't
them
had to.
sick old parents dropping their children off. The groupies, the securities around that knew what was going on need to be locked up with R. Kelly.
Shit, all the victims from Memphis. Shit, I don't know why
parents.
motherfuckers don't look into that shit.
Look though, they had a documentary or something. It was somebody said R. Kelly used to have a bag of tapes that motherfuckers had to tote around, like a gym bag full of cassette, well, not cassette, but VCR tapes and shit. I said, damn, didn't nobody pop in one of those tapes to see what the hell was going on?
Hey, real shit. Vic. Hey, remember I be talking about how sleep Memphis hoes is. The whole time that whole K Michelle was at that nigga R. Kelly house. Motherfuckers didn't catch that shit. Everybody else be talking about they a victim and they scarred and shit. That bitch went right to Love and Hip Hop and shit. Blew the fuck up.
I was about to ask, you talking about the Love and Hip Hop one?
That bitch ain't no Love and Hip Hop. That bitch can fight. I don't know why you be letting these hoes set you up for the kill. They be hitting your ass some good ass stories.
That's one of her famous lines. That's one of her famous lines. She said that nigga used to beat my ass.
Yeah, then went off on Rashida too about Kurt. Talking about she sound like Shawty Low. Boy, hey, there's some funny ass bitches in Memphis.
Man,
oh, so she ain't from Atlanta?
Hell no.
Oh
man, I got people.
Those bitches blend in, fool. I don't know why you don't be catching this shit.
Man, Memphis is not a place to be trying to find no old lady unless you go out east or some shit. They still too goddamn close. Man, if you go to Memphis, you see them girls with them stars in their chest, you better get the fuck on down. Them tattoos and shit.
That bitch got loyalty on her chest. You better take off running, boy. They be bad. Hey, real shit, they be bad in the motherfucker. But nah, you be had to find a pistol with that hoe.
Shit. Look, man. Look, the stuff I done heard. Motherfuckers done try to link up with some of them girls. Look, it be niggas in the closet. In different rooms on niggas' ass.
Oh God, Vic. Hey, little bitch set me up. Little bitch set me up. Why she thought her family was gonna jump on me? Man, I had all her cousins and shit shaking my hand and shit as I told them what really happened. Nigga real deal trying to click up with me. I was like, yeah. If there was anybody else, they would have been out the motherfucking window.
Yeah, you better pay attention to look. See, I be telling folk down here, man. See, folk be thinking because we don't just react off top, motherfucker be slow to shit. No, motherfucker be treating your ass kind and be ready to put knots on your motherfucker head. Nigga throw a whole nigga throw a whole barbecue, invite your ass over there, and the last Corona you drank will be your last one before they KO your ass. Man, all right.
Nigga kick you dead in your mouth on that last sip.
Yeah. Shit. Man. Yeah, and shit be just a night. You know when them Negro get a little full. Y'all taking too long. These motherfuckers been over here too long. We
That's why I just be listening to folks' story. I be like, nah, okay.
Man, shit, all right. Yeah, what up? I don't fuck around with no card game. Nigga get to shooting the game.
Hey, nigga be scared. Nigga be get to laughing and shit, but I get mad.
Yeah, man. Look, I be standing. Look, when they huddle up on that part, I ain't standing over there by that brick wall. I need to be in the wide open. So when one of them niggas bro ways up, shit, hell no. I need to get some distance. Cause every one of them probably got something on them. It did different down here, man. In Memphis, that area though. You know what I'm saying? My folks stay up there. Man, folks be talking about come and visit. Yeah, I go to South Haven and shit, man. I ain't trying to cross that damn line. Fuck that people. I don't go up there.
Vic, South Haven, land of the bad light skinned bitches. They just play too much.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I like it. I like them hoes, but man, they play too fucking much. They be some 10 out of 10, boy.
But them police ain't playing over there though.
Oh yeah, I ain't going over there at night.
Nah, they ain't playing over there.
Jay Pretty, you say you like some Memphis hoes or some shit like that one day?
Yeah.
JP gonna fuck around and go down there and get a goddamn rapper. If that motherfucker ever start rapping, fuck that. If she ever say something about a rap song, you play your music and she remember that whole rap song, leave that bitch alone. Go ahead and take that motherfucker home and try to ease away. I'm telling you now, the motherfucker like niggas down there, they game. All right. It's like that all through the South though. Memphis is different.
But you get so used to it, like it be some wild ass shit that turn me on. Like the bitch tried to rob a nigga after he just got robbed. I'm like, damn, nigga, y'all had gutted in a bitch. I just sent the bitch to go get the weed. She was like, she spotted the nigga hideout spot and everything. I'm like, damn, y'all
they still, JP. You damn near gotta put your money in the bottom of your sole of your shoes. I'm talking about them motherfuckers still, JP. Look, damn them pockets. See, in Memphis, your car might get broke in, so you don't want to put your money in your car and shit. And then, look, you damn near got to, you know how if you wear the Reebok Classic, you got to pull the soul out that motherfucker, lay that money flat, as long as your foot is. And hope that motherfucker don't get down.
I used to be so happy my car never got broken too late night creeping. Man, nigga be walking to the car, thank God. Woo, shit. Cause that hoe was red with 10 in it too, and I had 412s. I just knew a nigga was gonna rock my shit, boy.
Yeah, I don't know what they doing it up there, but like down here, they don't do it so much more. Like speakers, a long time ago, early 2000, all the way in the 90s and always somewhat 2000s and everything. People used to do speakers, but now since they done got damn charges and challenges and shit, they more worried about the pipe being loud than damn speakers. So we don't hear them rattling no more going.
No, I'm just saying back then when they was stealing cars and shit like that, that's when I had the Impala. Man, I used to be so scared walking back to the car like, thank you, Jesus, boy.
Yeah, different. It's different now. But yeah, back to the polite issue. Shit, he gonna be all right. Yeah, they're gonna figure out what to do with his ass.
That nigga got
JP.
7 years. That's impossible.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I don't know, somebody snoring. The LL. Because I'm finna
I'm at work.
I'm finna get ready to lay it down too. God, I got a list up to do tomorrow. Still gotta work, whatever. But hell yeah, there's some weird shit, man. Y'all be cautious. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Y'all be cautious. Yeah, watch these people and notice this is the internet. Everybody that come into these spaces ain't good people. Everybody got an agenda. Watch this shit. Y'all be easy. Y'all stay safe and don't be no motherfucking fool. All right.
You right, Vic, man.
All
Be
right,
easy, Vic.
All
right.
They're like a nigga done turned their life around a little.
All right, Vic, take it easy. Y'all know what? It ain't much going on tonight. We might end it.
Do your thing, 21.
All right, dog.
All right, boo.
Yep. Shout out to y'all for coming. Everybody that was in the chat. We're gonna have a short night tonight. We see y'all tomorrow night for the full show. All right, y'all. Be smooth.
Don't be fucking